Live to the program. Your teams, your town, your program.
Basketball, give me the ball because I'm gonna dunk it!
Back to Brunson, shoots the three over Wemby, hits the three over Wemby, 1 point game. Brunson against Castle, 4 to shoot, he's still on the arc. Now tip of the circle, free throw line, puts it up on the float, gets the roll, and the Knicks have the lead. They have climbed the mountain down 29.
And who's doing it again? Jalen Brunson.
And an OB gets it into Brunson. Brunson pulls a quick three, off the front rim, no, tip it good for the lead with 1.2 seconds to go. OG Anunoby flying out of nowhere. Harper about to receive the ball. He's got it. Inbound over the top. Castle has it, lost it, taken away. The Knicks have done it. The biggest comeback in NBA Finals history.
And now, wondering what the Spurs were thinking, jacking up all those threes, Soren Petro.
Right you are, Kay. Right you are. Petro on the program on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Welcome to the World Cup world. You know, we really are. We get feedback from people all over the globe that listen to us on the mighty 810 app. So whether you're here in Kansas City, somewhere in the U.S., or anywhere in the world, we bid you welcome.
We are the worldwide leader.
World Cup soccer. I mean, they haven't actually kicked off yet. The pomp and circumstance continues, but we are about ready to get the first match going in the World Cup. So first of all, welcome Kansas City. I know the first match here doesn't happen until the 16th. The wonderful 2026 FIFA Fan Fest, which we are broadcasting from Tuesday, is rocking and rolling right now. If you want to find a place to go watch the game, the match that is going on right now, we've got South Africa against Mexico. They've got all kinds of big video boards, all kinds of festivities going on down at the Liberty Memorial.
Very cool.
Can I give you a piece of advice? Because I Ubered home.
Yes.
For those of you that are going down there, walk away. If you're going to Uber, some ideas for you. Maybe park somewhere, south or north of the actual location where you can find parking and hop the streetcar over. That's what Todd Lebo did.
Yep.
I did the Uber. I got dropped off. My wife dropped me off Tuesday, and then I Ubered home. And my advice I would give you is, in talking with some of the folks in security, and by the way, everybody there was great, to deal with and asking questions and very helpful. And so thanks to all the staff that's down there for the Fan Fest at 2026. And I forgot my buddy's name who let me steal some of his shade. He's security down on Main Street.
Maybe Todd can suss that out.
Yeah, God bless. And you know how bad I am with names. And we just chatted, and we're talking about things like, he said, yeah, I've seen a bunch of people like come down here for an Uber, and then they end up walking back up, and their Uber got canceled. I was like, ooh, that's not good. And so then I got in my Uber, and I was driving back, and I was chatting with the very nice lady who does not listen to 810.
It's okay.
Well,
not everyone does.
No.
Almost everyone does, but some don't.
But I'm just, I'm just going to say, you're welcome, Dana. And tough luck, Scott. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Friends of ours.
Yes.
Okay. More of a Dana fan than a Scott fan. For those, and if you don't know, then don't try to figure it out. Just stay right here.
Don't.
But I know there are people that you have lives. You check other things.
I
okay.
Feel the same way as you do. That
anyway, because I was like, oh yeah, you like Scott? Nah, I really like her more. I was like, oh okay. Well, I know her. I worked with him. But anyway, I digress on that little front. Good people all around. But anyway, very nice lady who was driving home. She said, well, the problem is that people hit their pickup where they're at. And so if they hit their pickup, like if you hit your pickup at FanFest, then that sends it out to them. And she said, if we can't get to where it is, we can't start the meter running, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
It like the Uber, the way it works, if the car doesn't get to the pickup spot, it never starts charging. And so you get in the car because
it's to protect you.
Well, it's to protect you.
So you don't. Well, I was up here and now you owe me $14 because I sat here for 10 minutes.
Right. And so you got to get. So you have to make sure that you put the right spot in because you can kind of move it with your finger. So make sure you move it to a spot, and you probably need to get away a little bit. I think when it's at max capacity, like 17th and Main is probably a good spot, but that's an active corner.
Yeah.
And if 25 people are trying to get picked up there, traffic's not going to go through, and they're going to start moving you on.
Yep.
So walk away a little bit, pick your pickup spot, but you got to make sure you get that pickup spot right, because when they get down there and they realize, oh, wait a minute, you hit the ping up in FanFest and I can't get there, they will cancel the ride because they can't get there. So just walk a little bit away. Just a little piece of advice. So take some comfortable walking shoes. Because you're going to need to walk.
Anyway.
You should have on anyway,
because you're going to be hanging out mostly on your feet.
But it's going to be great. And so we're off and running. We are in the first minute of Mexico and South Africa, and I mean nobody's even scored yet.
What is it? Soccer's just so boring.
We're in the second minute. We still don't have a score.
Gee, man, come on. Let's get with it.
This is the best. If you've never watched soccer, I encourage you to get in, because the best players in the world are playing, and all the pageantry and all the colors and the uniforms, and the fields are in great shape. So it really is a beautiful view on the TV, and some really great competitive games will happen. There'll be some ass kickings too.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
It's if all you've ever watched is MLS, not to denigrate the job that those men do. I couldn't do it, clearly. If all you watch is that, and then when you watch the World Cup game, I remember the first time I really sat and watched the games was in 2006, and you're just like, oh wow, it looks like a different sport at times. The skill involved, you can actually, even if you don't really understand soccer, you can watch the team on offense and kind of see what they're trying to do. You can actually see the plan take shape, because they're all so skilled. It's incredible. I'm not a huge soccer fan. I always watch the World Cup.
Yeah, the best players in the world are playing. So
yes.
Give it a watch. Check it out. I think you will enjoy it. So we'll see. We'll keep you up to date on this first match. No score right now in Mexico and South Africa. The Royals are in a rain delay when it's not raining. In fact, the sun is out. So,
Interesting.
And most people's phones are telling them that the rain will start at 3. So...
yeah,
good luck.
I got nothing on that. Yeah. So
yeah.
There was a lot of that, and yeah.
So we can talk Royals, we can talk Chiefs. Open up the phone lines here, 913-810-810, the phone number 913-810-810. Real quick before we dive into some of the topics here, Chiefs sporting Royals, KUK State, Missouri, of course, now World Cup, always a topic here in the program. So we bought a new hat on the other side of the glass. And are we going to wear it every day now? Is this our new go-to?
We might.
Okay.
I've been mixing
I've
in
seen
the
that
other
before,
hat.
haven't I not?
Yeah.
He wore it a couple days ago.
Got this at Wrigley.
Yeah. Well,
I thought I saw it last week.
Yeah.
You know what gave me the first clue? That might be where you got it. That on the front it says Wrigley Field.
Got this at Comiskey. I got it at Fenway Park, man. What are you talking about?
That was my giveaway. So did you go into Wrigley Field?
Yeah.
And what was your thought?
It was awesome. It's the second time I've been there.
Okay.
But it was great.
Have you been to Fenway?
No.
I'm always interested. There's really 2 ballparks.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even Lambeau Field, everyone should go if you get a chance, go, and if you really do it up right, find you a house that you can rent that's close by, because that's kind of what the tailgating is. Everybody turns their garage into a multi-purpose deal. Went up there a couple years ago for the Chiefs game at the Packers and had a great time. So by age, Lambeau is like those 2 stadiums, but it's really been modernized.
Yeah. And it's 40 years younger than.
Yeah.
It dates back to 57, but it is the closest thing to Wrigley or Fenway that exists. And both Fenway and Wrigley have both been kind of retrofitted to a degree, but they still retain that feeling.
They much
of the
more so
ballpark.
have the this doesn't look like the new ballparks. You can see the age of where it is. And I'm always Wrigley's really cool, and what goes on around Wrigley. Fenway is just a totally different look. Fenway feels like you're in an arena watching baseball. That's how on top of everything
you
are at Fenway.
On the deal. I've been to both. I was at Wrigley first, and that happened. I went in 1990. My friend Kevin and I, we did a 2-day to Saturday, Sunday. We drove down to over to St. Louis on Saturday, watched the Cardinals game that night, got up in the morning and drove to Chicago and watched the Cubs and Astros play a 1:00 game on Sunday. And at that point, I'd only ever seen turf. That was all you had at Kauffman Stadium. I went to St. Louis and said that they still had turf. So when you walk in from behind home plate and you walk up the stairs and you see the ivy and the grass, it was like stepping into a time machine. I felt like I'd stepped into a movie set. And that's a moment that I won't ever forget. And I've been back. I went back there again in '93 to watch the Giants and Cubs play. It was really cool. I got to see Fenway back in 2000. So that was my first time there. That place is not built for people my size.
No, it's not.
And what you find out, we just end up walking around the park. But it is, those are two things that if you haven't got a chance to go, you should put that on your list.
Yeah,
it's nice to look back. Yeah, I know what that is.
It's definitely something you want to visit. All right, so Royals fall last night. Lucas Erceg called upon in a
high leverage situation
that you would think that, okay, we're not doing this anymore.
Well, JJ said Monday that they still felt like he could be, he could be used in high leverage situations.
Well, then that foolishness needs to stop.
Yes,
because he
came out and immediately coughed it up. He got an out, walk, hit batter. You're just like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, that was it. That has to be the final straw, and Daniel Lynch has to move to the higher leverage moments. And Lucas Erceg has to be dropped down. It's not to say that he can't find his way back, but he has to be dropped down. Last night's game was really frustrating from the standpoint that then you end up in a tie game and you go to your designated runner and he beats the throw in stealing second base to try to get the lead back in the 8th, but he can't stay on the base, which I know it's a different era now where they, are really looking at you and you really got to stay on the base. In the old days, it was just like, no, that's good enough. But if you pop up or, your hand comes off for a second before the foot, grabs it on a headfirst slide, it was crushing. You could tell that Ryan Lefevre knew what was coming.
Yeah.
Because he's like, well, the only thing, you just can't have a double play here because Bobby Wood Jr. is on deck. And that's why if you are called upon to come into the game to steal a base, you have to steal a base. You have to be successful. I don't want to hear about aggressiveness. This is yet another time that the Royals' inability to run the bases properly, hold the bases, don't waste my time telling me about, the running part was, you know what I'm talking about. Being safe on the bases, it's got to work. And that's the only reason he's on this team.
Yes.
It's the only reason. He's not on this team to bat in the 9th. No. That was the collateral damage that came from him not being able to safely steal second base.
Yeah, and that gets put on, that often gets put on the manager, but the manager, hey, this is what now if you continue to put a guy in that role and he fails, but him getting thrown out at second is not a strategic error. It's an error on his part. If he stays on the base, that's a fantastic situation. They've got a fast runner with the potential go-ahead run now at second base with one out and Bobby Witt Jr. at the plate. The move was the right one. The player just did not perform. He completely failed in the execution.
The move was the right one, but viewing it, by the way, in our 9th minute, we have our first goal. Mexico leads South Africa 1-0, a goal by Mexico. The first in this here World Cup. Went 5-hole, by the way, between the goalie's legs.
Wow.
So how about that?
Strong.
I just listen, but if your designated runner isn't that good, stop doing it. And you could tell that Ryan knew what was coming. Ground ball to third, step on the bag, over. That's it. Royals done. Chasing 2 runs in the bottom of the 10th, and you knew it was going to haunt them.
Yeah.
So really, his inability to stay on the bag cost him 2 outs. I'm not going to say it cost him the game, but if your announcer is pretty much calling what's coming, I don't know. Could you have squeezed bunt, suicide squeeze there? Do you try something else just to stay out of the double play?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, listen, well, he hit it hard. Okay, on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But, and it's just tough luck that it was right at a guy. I don't know. When Ryan calls it, I'm like, and he didn't say, like, he's going to hit into a double play. He's like, the one thing you don't want. He's not saying that because he's thinking, this is in the clear. He's thinking, I want to be clear here. Can't have this. So Bobby Witt doesn't get. And I'll even say this, stealing second base, part of this is an indictment of Bobby Witt not hitting the way he has been. And he's kind of, slowly eroding. Jack Caglione is now the OPS leader on this team.
Yes, among qualified hitters, he's unfortunately the one guy he's behind was the guy who got a big base hit last night. Diaz comes back to haunt his former mates, as did Nicky Lopez. But 805 now.
Yeah, so he is now leading the team in OPS, and so I think they probably would have pitched to Bobby Witt. They struck him out anyway. But with one out and nobody on, you can try to make him chase if you want. If you got a guy on base, you might have to work in the strike zone. If you got a guy on first base, you might have to work in the strike zone a little bit more, and maybe he gets a better pitch to hit. I don't know. Probably not. And I don't mind him trying to steal. I understand what he's doing, and Bobby's got 9 home runs, not 19, so it's not like, no, we just want him to get that chance to swing. But, yeah, a little bit frustrating from that standpoint. So we can talk some Royals, 913-3810810. Jack Caglione in the cleanup spot today, so that his improved OPS, his improved hitting has moved him up in the lineup, so he will back cleanup.
Still not a Gold Glover in right field.
No.
Still can't close on. I mean, the ball that got to the wall last night, that's a ball that you'd like your right field to be able to at least get to and keep it from going to the wall. We saw what happened in the game on Tuesday night, where he went in, came in for a ball, ended up being a triple. About time for that to stop, but you don't get the sense that it will anytime soon.
No, I mean, I think right now they have not in recent years. Now we're going to see what Brian Bridges' drafts yield at the hitters, and they've already brought Jack Caglione to the big leagues, so there's real reason to be optimistic that better bats will be developed. But they're in the bat ready to go now. There's no one coming up to really help now, and so yeah, it's just you're playing with 2 first basemen, period.
Yep.
And that's what it's going to be the whole time. And at some point, you got to make the club. And you're playing with 2 catchers, which means that you can't get all 4 of them into the lineup without somebody playing out of position. And that somebody's Jack Caglione, and I got no problem with Caglione. He's doing as good a job as you could expect a guy who didn't play any outfield, going back to his days. You got to go back to his peewee days. And getting a crash course in the end is as much as I could ask. I mean, I got nothing but kudos for Jack Caglione for the effort that he is putting out there. But it does not fit, okay? And so unless you've got Gold Glove center fielder who can hit, because you can make Kyle Isbell's Gold Glove caliber center fielder, but usually he's getting to an age where that's going to start tailing off.
Yep.
And he's hurt now. Gold Glove left fielder. I mean, you need a lot of things to be going right to say we're going to put just an all bat guy in right. And by the way, he needs to flat out rake. He needs to pound the baseball, not be pretty good. He needs to be a guy that you're like, I don't care what he does with the glove. He's an all-star. Look at those numbers.
Manny Ramirez could rake. Now,
yes.
But they didn't have him in right field. They had him in left field in Fenway.
A general manager called when they moved somebody. Well, hell, that's out of the bag. I was told when Billy Butler went to the outfield, we're hoping it's kind of a Manny Ramirez thing. -1 +2. -1 on the field, +2 on the hitting.
No.
Yeah. Not so much. Well, that's the theory that's going on with Jack Caglione, and he's better than Billy Butler by miles in the outfield. So it's much more doable than when they tried that fiasco. But it should not be the long-term plan. And so they got to the offseason. They did nothing about that. And here we sit. Like at some point, you might have to trade Carter Jensen, Jack Caglione, Vinny Pasquantino, or Salvador Perez. And then you can make that DH spot work a little bit better. But having 2 different positions
doubled up.
Yeah, it's a problem. NBA Finals last night, one of the greatest, I think it's being called, I know it's the greatest finals comeback, but is it the greatest NBA playoff comeback of all time as well at 29 points?
I don't think it is. I haven't heard what it is, but I think the fact that they were so specific about it being the greatest NBA Finals comeback ever leads me to believe that there has been one greater. I was thinking as I was kind of listening to was it a great ending or a great game? We can debate that later, but I kind of have that kind of differentiation.
Yeah.
So we'll discuss that more later.
Yeah, I like that. There's a lot that goes into that game and where the Spurs have been. More Knicks, more Spurs. Who's more responsible for where it is? We want to talk about that. 913-3-810-810. We had Andy Reid, Xavier Worthy at the podium today. I know John's already got a line. He wants to talk about the Chiefs draft class. I assume that's Chiefs draft in 26, or we're looking ahead to the Royals draft. Chiefs draft class.
Chiefs made a move today. Wanya Morris to the Falcons with a 6th round pick, with a 7th for a 6th. So, yay! They found a taker. What do you know?
I am not bullish on the Falcons. Let's be clear. I mean, this is like the only question I have is, did Brett Veach have a gun when he got this deal done? I mean, was there violence? Did he show pictures of the Falcons GM's kids walking into school?
If you're old enough to remember the first Godfather, when he explained how he got Johnny Fontaine out of his contract, did he take Luca Brasi with him and say either something's going to be on that contract?
Kudos. I mean, I don't know how. I don't. And it's just a flip. It's 30 some odd. I mean, in the end, it'll probably be the Falcons will probably be mediocre, is my guess. 8 or 9 wins. We're hoping the Chiefs will win a lot. So it's probably 45 picks, maybe. At the bottom end of the draft.
Yeah.
I mean, teams view 6th and 7th a lot of times as like by that point we're just trying to get the guys that we don't want to get a bidding war for in the undrafted free agents. But I don't care. This is, if we were teaching a law class, and it's like, okay, we're going to do a trial here, and Petro, pick a side. Do you want to defend this as one of the great trades in Chiefs histories? Yes, I do. I can make you an outstanding legal argument that this is one of the great trades in Chiefs history. As far as like what they gave up and what they got.
Kudos.
Yes, kudos. So we'll talk some Chiefs football as well. 913-3-810-810, the phone number. The state of Texas is going to consider criminal activity, criminal charges. When did Texas become the home of big government? I mean, if your business runs it the way you want to run it and we don't like it, we're going to charge you with a crime?
I'm being charged with a crime? Is that what's going on here?
I mean,
it's funny. That's what this is.
That's what they're talking about. That if the Big 12 takes any sanctions against the Texas Tech program against Brendan Sorsby, it'll be treated as a crime.
Yeah. I mean,
that's an interesting precedent.
It wasn't murder.
He didn't beat anyone.
He didn't kill anybody, which I'm going to use anytime I get pulled over. 70 and a 30. I'm recovering from an addiction.
It was oh man. It was happy, playful Andy today. But I was considering asking Andy Reid. I just want to put this out there, and then we'll take a break and we'll go to the phones. I was considering asking Andy Reid today, Coach, I know this happened in college, but basically by most people's account, a local Texas judge just made sure the local team's quarterback could play. Do you worry that, I don't know, the quarterback of another team is gambling on his games and you have to play against him because the local, I don't know, Buffalo, New York magistrate says it's okay Josh Allen was betting on games? Or even worse, Coach, how about this? This is the part that people don't want to turn around. How about your players are all tanking games and you can't cut them? Now, it probably wouldn't happen because the legal side, but you've set a precedent now, right? Like, I know that's not, no, what he did was he made it okay for the guy to play because it helps him. I know, but that's now a legal precedent that you cannot discipline somebody who says that they have an addiction And so if you tank the game and you try to cut the guy, can he now sue the team? Because we've set the precedent that, no, he has an addiction. His mental health sucks, and so you can't cut him. So we're going to put an injunction out for every player because the precedent has been set, no matter which way you gamble on the team. Or are we actually setting legal precedent that we know it's clearly shady and a problem when you bet on or bet for? I mean, give baseball credit. They outed Pete Rose. They sent him out. Pete only bet on his team, which I've explained many times over the years that, okay, so when he didn't bet on his team, he's making it pretty clear he doesn't think they're going to win. And even more importantly, and there are histories to this, when he did bet on the Reds, he would empty the clip on the bullpen to get the win.
Yes. Was he keeping somebody out of Saturday night's game because he had 5,000 on Sunday's game?
And I've talked to former Reds who will tell you that they all knew what was going on, and yes, they knew. They would joke around about, you better be ready to come into the game. Well, I've pitched 2 nights in a row. Doesn't matter. Pete's down on us tonight, so you better be ready because he'll go to you if he needs it.
Yeah. Or why didn't you go get somebody on Saturday? Because, well, that guy, I need that guy to pitch tomorrow when I got money on it.
So the whole but he's betting on his team. How does that matter?
No.
Well, okay.
Not at all.
If he's betting on his team minus 7.5 and you could take a knee and get out of there because he's only up 4, is he firing downfield? Does he end up getting somebody hurt on plays that should have been just draws and he's checking out and firing for the end zone to try to get the cover? It's a problem either way.
Yeah.
But if you're going to set this precedent that, no, the court rules that he can play, and now the government's going to step in and start filing charges against anyone who runs their business the way they see fit, it's already in writing that the University Court of Shahan Jayaraja, it's already in writing that the Big 12 has it that the schools can come together and they can agree upon a punishment if necessary, which is presumably what they've been talking about. And presumably what we were going to hear today at one point. But now the state of Texas says that they will consider it illegal for them to just basically run their business. Have fun with this. 913-810-810. You're in the program.
The program with Soren Petro.
Hooray for Grunny! Hooray at last! Hooray for Grunny! He's a horse's ass.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
All right, listen up. The one to know if you've got any kind of plumbing problems, it's the Plumbing Pro. They've been serving Kansas City since 1980. They live here, work here. Steve even coaches here in Kansas City. They raise their families here. That is unique. And listen, when you have a business here and you work here, you care about the people you're showing up for. Because, you might see them at the grocery store, right? You might be coaching their kid. You might be hanging out with them at a ball game. It matters. When you call another company that maybe has a name that looks familiar, but sold out to a company in, New York or Dallas or Chicago a long time ago. And when you call and say, hey, I got a plumbing problem, and you're just a number, and you're like, look, it's really important right now. I need to get it done. And they're in Dallas, they don't really care. Yeah, we'll send it on down the line. All the operations for the Plumbing Pro are handled here in Kansas City. That means they get to you faster. Listen, if you can't flush, shower, or do a load of laundry, do you want Dallas to communicate to Chicago to finally get somebody up and running towards your house in Kansas City? I don't. I want the experts at the Plumbing Pro coming. And that's what they are, whether it's sewer, septic, drain installation, repair. The guys at the Plumbing Pro are the best in Kansas City. So why would you go anywhere else? Go right now to theplumbingpro.com. If you've got any kind of plumbing problem, theplumbingpro.com, or call 816-763-8200. Tell them Petro sent you. Tell them you heard about it right here on the program on Sports Radio 810, right? The Plumbing Pro, the ones to know for any plumbing problems. As a Plumbing Pro, go to theplumbingpro.com.
What's up, Kansas City? Easton John here live at the KC 2026 FIFA Festival in downtown Kansas City at the Liberty Memorial. And if you're not here right now, I would get down here quick because it is getting packed, the vibes are high, and it is electric at FIFA Fan Fest 2026. Mexico and South Africa are actually squaring off right now, so there's still time to get here and enjoy FIFA Fan Fest 2026. But if you cannot make it today, make sure you get here tomorrow when USA versus Paraguay face off in the FIFA World Cup. And everything starts tomorrow with the USA. So get down to FIFA Fan Fest 2026 at the Liberty Memorial in downtown Kansas City, and you will not be disappointed. The vibes are high. It is electric. Get here right now. So on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Heartland Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both
You're listening to the program here on Sports Radio 810 WHB. What do we got here? What are we rocking here?
I like it.
That's cake.
Oh, it is? Huh. When you say it, I can hear a little bit of their flavor to it, but interesting. 913-3810810. The first match of the World Cup is underway. Mexico leading South Africa 1-0 there in the 32nd minute there. We'll keep you up to date. Our buddy East John down at the 2026 FIFA Fan Fest. You can get your tickets. Remember, you can get in for free, but you got to have a ticket if capacity is reached. There will be no more tickets sold, so go to kc2026.com to get your tickets as they erupted with the goal for Mexico down there. Talking some college football, some Royals baseball. We'll talk some Chiefs as well. Let's go to the phones. John's going to lead us off today. You're in the program, John. What's going on, buddy?
Hello, Soren. It's good to hear and talk to you and Kurtis and Kyle.
It's our pleasure, my friend.
I considered it a great treat to listen to you guys every day.
Thank you.
I'm closing in on 80 years old, so forgive my old mind, will you?
No problem. No problem.
Okay. Of course, I do remember Municipal Stadium back in the 1950s. It seemed like it had that old flavor of, the ballparks you're talking about, like at Fenway and Wrigley Field. But the reason I called is I'm really puzzled about the Chiefs draft this year. As you know, we ranked in total offense last year. We were 10th in total offense. Or excuse me, I should take that back. It's 20th in total offense and 10th in total defense. And yet, picks 1, 2, 4, 5, 4 were all on defense, and that puzzles me. Could you explain that to this old mind?
Yeah, and you know what? And listen, there is an element of that. I think, for one, and I'll come back to the offensive side, the defense lost its starting number 1 corner in Trent McDuffie. It's number 2 corner in Jalen Watson. It's starting safety in Brian Cook. It's one of its 3 starting linebackers in Leo Chenal. It's starting defensive end in Mike Dana. And there are other moves, but those were players that played a lot of snaps for the team. Then also Najee Johnson and Josh Williams in their cornerback room were free agents as well. So it wasn't as much like, we think this is the side of the ball that needs to get better. It was, this is the side of the ball that lost a ton of people, right? And I think there was an element. I think if Carnell Tate had been there at 6 or 9, if they thought he'd get to 9, and Mansour Delane was off the board, I think they could have gone Tate, the wide receiver from Ohio State. He went 4 or 5, I can't remember which. 4, Kyle tells me. He went 4. And so when he came off the board, then I think the Chiefs started working to get up and get to Mansour Delane, which also then used up 2 more of those premium picks. So basically their first 6 picks out of 9 in the draft all went to the defensive side because 3 of them went for Mansour Delane. So I don't, listen, I think it's one of those, I think they probably intended to take some offense in there somewhere, but no battle plan survives combat. And when the picks started coming off the board, the players that were there were what they were, and they made those moves. So, but I think your concern is valid. I mean, basically, the Chiefs are if you're to say, if this was, and I'm, like I said, no team ever takes the field on the opening game of week 1 going like, we've solved every problem. Every team has weaknesses that they're going to, particularly any team that has a big money quarterback. They have weaknesses somewhere else. Now, the quarterback will make up for a lot of them, maybe all of them, right? And then you've just got to hide your weaknesses as much as possible. But everybody goes in there going, we need to be better here or there. Yeah. But if you're to say, okay, what's their view of the offense and why will it be better this year? Well, Rashee Rice won't be suspended. We hope, right? He will be out of jail, but theoretically, here, he won't be suspended and he'll be in camp and we'll be able to hit the ground running with all of our receivers. Xavier Worthy hopefully won't be trucked by his own player and out for the first few weeks. And so that gives us a better chance to win those first couple of games when we have both of our wide receivers, which we didn't have either one of them. Our running backs were subpar, and now we've got the Super Bowl MVP running back in our backfield. That's going to help. We needed accountability. Matt Nagy's a fine offensive coordinator. John Harbaugh didn't hire him because he's a boob. But we need accountability, and Eric Bieniemy is more of what we need, so we're going to be better on the accountability side. And Juwan Taylor's penalties were killing us because those are the changes that they've made to the offense. And we're going to see how much those things collectively can make them better, assuming that Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy get to the field and stay on the field for the early parts of the season.
Oh, that explains it very, very well. Thank you.
Well, you give me a call anytime, John. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, you got another one?
Question is, who's going to play right tackle for the Chiefs?
That's an interesting question. I'm going to let you go. I'll let you listen off the air, John, because I appreciate the call and the kind words. Thank you very much. Do we have a real listen? They moved Wanya Morris because they think they've got better.
Yeah.
Right, and the better is Esapole. Like Jalen Moore, I think, is still the lead tackle, but they were working in Esapole and Khalil Benson, who was an undrafted free agent from Indiana, starting tackle for Indiana. They were working both of those guys in at right tackle, and so they like what they see there. Now, does that mean that they're legit starting tackles? I don't know. I think Esapole showed a lot.
Yeah,
like I don't feel bad about Esapole playing. And he's a guy who's new to football, so there's a reason to believe that he can be a lot better, in the future. As he gets more snaps and reps and time and the NFL weight program and nutrition and everything that goes into it. But, I think there's clearly they want competition. My expectation is that there will be competition, and Jalen Moore and his salary will play because, for one thing, if Jalen Moore plays and starts all year and leaves in free agency and you feel good about your guys moving forward, you can get a draft pick compensation for him. So I think somebody's really going to have to knock him out to be the starting right tackle. That would be my suspicion. But that is possible, that Jalen Moore just is okay, not as good as they thought he was going to be, and that they end up turning in another direction. We'll see. I think it is going to be one of the things, certainly going to camp. It's one of the things that Andy Reid was asked about today, has been asked about all along, and I think it's going to be one of the things we're definitely looking at when we get to St. Joe. 913-381-810-810. Mitch, you're in the program. What's going on, Mitch?
Not much. You mentioned about the Texas courts trying to set a precedent, and maybe you can correct me, but the way I'm understanding why the NCAA wants the antitrust, so that the schools can't, like Texas Tech, can't go to the courts and overrule their decisions. Is that true, or am I...
That is part of it.
That correctly.
That is part of it for laymen. Like, are you a lawyer, Mitch? Because I'm not.
No.
Okay. So for a couple of guys who aren't lawyers, yeah, that's part of it. That, and they want to be able to basically, you get the antitrust so that you can violate labor laws. Okay. So baseball, and monopoly laws, right? Like, that's the main reason why baseball and the NFL and sports leagues have that, is because they get to be the one league. And it's why the USFL won their lawsuit, but the courts did a bad job of explaining, how the penalties needed to be. The people who handed down a $1 penalty, which got tripled to $3, said, well, we didn't know how much it should be, so we left it up to the judge to decide. And in reality, they were in charge of how much it was. The NFL was found to be absolutely a monopoly, and that they had harmed the USFL's ability to do business. I'm going kind of deep here, but this is the last time it really got challenged. But it basically, and they lost, and they didn't have any money, and they folded, and nobody's messed with it since, right? Because owners have just decided it's better to just buy in to the NFL. And the NFL quickly did what usually happens when you have those challenges. They expand. It's what the NFL did when the AFL was challenging them. They expanded to try to squash the opposition. They couldn't do it. But now we have so many teams, the money's so big, they can do it. Anyway, point being, you basically want to be a monopoly on, be allowed to operate and not have to adhere to all the rules that come with monopolies. And then what you usually do with it as well, what comes with it is they say, well, you have to collectively bargain with your workforce. So they're good. What the schools want is to be given the protection of antitrust, but not also have to collectively bargain with their workforce. They want to continue to say that they're not a workforce. Because when you do that, then you have to provide a safe work environment, right? Which is like, they get to go, 2-a-days in pads? No, not doing it. We're not button heads, CTE. And so what happens is when you acknowledge that they're a workforce, then you have to sit down and say, okay, well, we want this much money. Okay, but we want this many practices. No, we'll only go with this many practices. Okay, we're not going to give you as much money. That's fine, but we're not practicing as much. And you sit there and you negotiate it, and that's what we get with our professional sports leagues. So it is, first of all, preposterous that we are asking the courts, in my opinion, to step in and be involved in this. And this is as egregious and frankly frightening that the state of Texas is going to talk about prosecuting the Big 12 for running their business the way they see fit. That's what's going on here. I want to be clear. So if you have a business, this would be setting a precedent that if you have a business and you don't operate it the way the state says you should operate it, and there's one thing that we agree that there are laws that we elect politicians to say, well, you can't just pour gasoline into the river and you can't do there's all those kind of things. But that's not what this is. They have rules. Those rules were violated. They have the right to punish. And the state of Texas is saying, no, you don't. We have decided, no, you don't. Like, that is scary to think about what it would do for every company out there. And so the collective bargaining agreement, Mitch, the idea of that is that you would basically have to unionize the players. They would have representatives that would sit down and they would hammer out, how much do we practice? What percentage of the revenues do we get paid? How do we measure the revenues? And it's an incredibly complicated point. And Shahan Jayaraj, I'd encourage anybody who didn't hear our conversation yesterday in the 5 o'clock hour to go to that podcast and listen to it. And he talked about, he's like, okay, so are we, since NIL covers all sports, do the swimmers have a seat at the table with the football players? And so are the swimmers, they get all the benefits and treats that the football players do, the tennis players? Now, they might be like, no, we're going to opt out. We don't want to, because we know what's going to happen. You're going to cut all our programs. We know you're not going to pay us like the football players. Do we get to where colleges no longer have any sports other than football and basketball and the handful that break even at baseball? Maybe a couple of women's softball programs? Is that what college athletics ends up being? I mean, the problem, and I talked about this with Shahan, the problem is that the money started getting big in the 80s. Oklahoma sued and got their television rights for their football. And then everybody else got it, as that set the precedent that Oklahoma said, no, the NCAA can't just sell our rights, our football rights. And so then that set the precedent that, okay, everybody, you own your rights. They all tried to sell it individually. The only school that could do it was Notre Dame. Nobody else really had any buying power. And so then they said, but as a conference, we can sell our conference rights and we get all the money. None of it goes to the NCAA. Instead of working with the NCAA and saying, listen, we should get more, we should get this share, they sued their way in, got their rights, and they took it away. And the NCAA is run without any revenue coming in from the power football programs. And so basically the basketball tournament funds everything that the NCAA does. And then they have fought the NCAA every time they try to enforce the rules. And there have been guys that were jackasses at the NCAA. I'm not saying that they're perfect and 100% innocent. They contributed to the problem as well. But basically the NCAA could not get along with the institutions that formed the NCAA, and they could not all sit down and agree on things, and they have now basically burnt the NCAA to the ground. And now they're asking Congress, who, as Kurtis pointed out, has a 10% approval rating in this country. They're asking them.
Worse than oral surgery.
To write it out. And what do you think? Do you think they're going to write something up and Florida schools are going to love it? And the Texas schools? And no. No, they're all going to bitch and they're all going to sue against that. Like, instead of like coming together and working for the greater good, when all you are is in it for yourself, you're never going to be happy. So you're always going to be suing. So if they prosecute Texas Tech in Texas, and then Texas Tech comes to Kansas to play the Jayhawks, what's to say that Kansas doesn't say, well, anybody who plays a player who has violated the rules, they are committing a crime in the state of Kansas, and we will arrest and we will jail said quarterback when you come to Kansas. Why not just do that if you're the state of Kansas? Texas is going to protect Texas Tech to put a player who obviously should be suspended on the field. Well, why doesn't every state that Texas Tech has to go play in, like, well, enjoy your home games, jackass, because when you come to our state, he's going to jail. And any coach that puts him on the field's liable as well. So that's why this is ridiculous, Mitch, because when you watch the dominoes fall, it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. I hope that makes sense. 913-810-810.
The program with Soren Petro.
I don't got a lot of time to scour the defensive metrics, especially when I'm trying to catch up with Ted Lasso.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Listen, go to robertsrobinson.com and find out for yourself why they just make it so easy. Listen, there are opportunities out there at times where you can get a great deal. One of those times is right now with Roberts Robinson. Listen, it's always a good time to go by at Roberts Robinson. First of all, Mike and his staff are absolutely fantastic. Whatever you're dealing with, whether it's Tim in sales, Jordan in finance, Robbie in service, they are great to work with, and they understand that your time is precious, and they're not going to waste your time. That's why they give you the best trade-in value right when you get on the lot. They tell you about all the incentives and rebates to make sure you're getting the absolute best deal you can right away. That's how it works 12 months of the year. What is it? What do we say? 365? 20? It's not 24/7. They're not open 24/7, but 365, right? Almost 365. Roberts Robinson just makes it so easy. And right now, if you are looking to get a new vehicle, looking to get a new truck, you can take advantage of a great deal. Qualified buyers for a limited time can receive 0% APR for 60 months on select new Chevy trucks. That's 5 full years with no interest. So if you're thinking, well, next year I'm going to get a new truck for my business, or next year we're going to get that truck that we need to take vacations and carry everything around, you might want to go ahead and bump that up, because this is going to save you a lot of money. For families, for businesses, this can make a big, meaningful difference when it comes to the bottom line in buying a new vehicle. So take advantage of it right now at Roberts Robinson. You get all the great service. You get all the great customer service. You get a company that's going to stand behind that truck even after you drive off the lot. They're even going to come pick it up and help you get it serviced. I know, because that's what they do with my daughter's car. You had to get a new windshield. They came down, picked up the car, put the new windshield in, brought the car back, gave us a loaner car so we didn't have any problems whatsoever in our day-to-day life. That's how Roberts Robinson does business. Find out for yourself how they just make it so easy. Find out for yourself about 0% APR for 60 months on select new Chevy trucks at Roberts Robinson. Find them online at robertsrobinson.com.
Save big money on everything for your next project at Menards. Know you're getting the job done right with a level from Johnson Level. They offer a variety of levels, laser levels, and layout tools for incredible accuracy. Get a 48-inch I-beam level on sale now through June 14th. Save big on Johnson Level products at Menards. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
When America needs power, Wholesale Batteries delivers. Nationwide shipping, premium brands, unmatched expertise. We keep America running. Wholesale Batteries, your power partner since 1977. Any battery, anytime.
Wrapping up hour number 1 here in the program. Petro, Seaboldt, Collier with you. We'll get to some Stump the Chumps. There can be only one coming up in our next hour. Peter Yates, Todd Lebo going to join us. Royals still not playing. Sunshine, blue skies I'm seeing here.
Nothing but blue skies.
Am I the only one? Michael Wacha sick? Michael Wacha hurt? Right, he was scheduled to pitch today, right?
Was it Wacha? Yeah, Wacha.
Yeah. So
against
we
Kumar Rocker.
Gonna claim there's some weather and then get to 3 and then rain starts actually happening and then then we'll bang the game and we don't miss a spot in the rotation. Don't have to call some. I don't know. And they just burnt through the bullpen with Seth Lugo. Was Kevin Costner out there setting the sprinklers off last night on the field? I don't know.
It's possible.
You just got to wonder when you're 2 hours of sunshine into a rain delay.
All right, among players with at least 100 stolen base attempts for the Royals, who has the lowest success rate? Brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Has anybody ever lost a fly ball in the sun during a rain delay?
Yeah, could be. Devastating. Right?
Jimmy Pearsall.
Probably.
It's like the line in The Natural where Bump, wasn't that the guy's name, or Bum?
Yeah, Bump Bailey.
Yeah, Bump Bailey. Because what happened?
Blinding.
I lost it in the sun.
Yeah.
He looks up, it's a cloudy day. He goes, blinding.
Hey, they're going to play baseball sometime today, allegedly. Probably waited just long enough for some rain to come in.
Right? You like my theory? Michael Walker's got a tummy issue or not feeling so good, and they just burnt through the bullpen on last night with Lugo.
Hey, listen, I said
there's never been a more obvious time to have a Kevin Costner.
We need a rain delay.
Turn the sprinklers on the night before. I conspiracy
sat out
theory
in
than now.
Lawrence last Saturday night and watched the sun while we waited for a while for the game to start on Saturday, and then they waited for 2 hours to start the game on Sunday, 2 hours late, and then they played to where they got into some rain. So we don't understand the weather around here right now.
No.
We're not doing good with it.
No. So
whatever.
I know this. I know Easton's down at the 2026 Fan Festival, FIFA Fan Festival, and
Nice
it is
crowd.
rocking.
Yeah.
We still 1-0. They didn't score.
Yeah.
There wasn't a score.
Halftime, Mexico.
Halftime, Mexico leads South Africa 1-0 in the first match of the World Cup. It has arrived. Of course, tomorrow will be a great time to get down there. U.S. plays at 8 p.m. tomorrow. The Fan Fest will be rocking every time there's a game, right?
Yeah, I know Pete will be down there, right, Pete?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll pick you up, take you down there.
Well, I'm actually going to be on the stage. I'm going to talk about soccer.
I think you should. I think as America's foremost expert.
Exactly.
Invited guest.
Exactly. Diego Maradona Enoch. That's my name.
Yeah. Why wouldn't we think that,
I've changed my mind about soccer, though. I mean, I do. I think it's a hell of a sport, though. And I think the United States, for people that don't like soccer, get out of the way because it's here.
Yeah.
And it is roaring. I mean, boy.
It'd be really nice to get a nice start tomorrow night.
Oh, sure it would.
Make a little bit of
I'd
run
like
in
to
this
see 'em,
tournament.
yeah.
Would be great.
Knockout, whatever. No.
Well,
Not the knockout.
let's
Group
start.
stage.
Let's start. There can be only one with soccer. How's that sound?
Yeah. Ready.
Good.
Let's begin with a simple one. Who wins the 2026 World Cup?
Start
Pete?
with me.
It starts with you this
Okay.
time.
España.
2026 World Cup. I thought I'd be able to go to one of my usual spots and get the overall odds. Let me see if we got some here. If you want to hear some odds on where you want to go, Spain is one of the favorites.
France and other.
España.
I just want the favorites for the time. It's not this hard, people.
Well, Argentina and Spain are co-favorites, right?
Here we go. Odds to win the World Cup. Spain plus 450, France plus 500,
France,
England plus 700, Portugal plus 800, Argentina plus 900, and then Germany 14-1, Netherlands 20-1. Do we need to go deeper, Todd?
That's probably enough.
Is that enough for you to do it? Okay. Pete, where are you going to go?
Yo deseo España.
I think I heard
want
some Spain in there from Pete. All right. Cal.
Give me France.
France.
Viva la France.
Are you sure they won't retreat? I just thought somebody's got to make a joke about France surrendering, don't they?
Exactly.
Don't they?
Exactly.
All right.
They won't help us, that's for sure.
We go next to me. We're going to go watch a Germany match with a buddy of mine who's German.
You got to do it.
I didn't realize they were that far down, though.
Don't you worry about that.
No, I came in here thinking I'd take Spain. I'll take Spain. I'm on Spain with Pete. Me and Pete. Curtis?
Good.
I will take Les Bleus, France.
France. Lebo.
I'm going with the Three Lions. England's going to finally get it done and not disappoint.
Really?
Yes. They're finally going to get it done.
They got a pretty good squad. Third favorite.
Yeah, they're good. They're
Where
good.
Where are they stationed?
They're here in Prairie Village.
They're here. That's right.
They're the one over at the Meadowbrook
Park
area.
Yeah, they don't have any matches here, but this is the headquarter, and they fail often at this. They've last won in '66, but I think they've got a really good squad. I don't like their goalkeeping, but I think they're going to score enough.
Okay.
But I do like Spain too.
Soccer Insider Todd Lebo likes England, so take that to the bank at 7-1. Are the odds I'm seeing, at least on this one. All right. Up next, the Royals team will hit how many home runs in 2026? We had this early. All right. So I want to tell you. I want to tell you, they're at 63 home runs in 68 or 69 games.
68.
So we're looking for 165 or so.
They're on pace for 150.
150.
Okay, I'm going to give you what back on March 26th.
I don't want to hear this number.
March 26th. Here we go. You want me to go from
Did somebody say
what now?
200?
Who looks the smartest to dumbest? Should we do
He's
like
gonna
that?
look smartest. He probably said 6.
We already did this?
We did this.
We're
so
redoing
before
it.
the season started, they're on pace for 150. Kyle had 185. Todd had 192.
Oh my God.
Curtis had 199.
Eek.
Pete had 204.
Holy
good
smokes.
Lord.
Shane had 210.
What'd you say?
There's one dumbass I haven't gotten to yet.
Don't you say 250.
215.
Oh my
boy.
God.
I had 215.
Who are they getting on the squad?
I'm
to
in
do
the
that?
lead.
You're
What, they're
looking
playing,
good.
they're playing 200 games this year?
So I want a chance to at least,
Make it half a point.
eliminate my loss.
Oh my God.
So we started with Pete on that one.
These
so we
fences
begin
moving
with
in are
Kyle.
huge. Yeah.
Where you going, Kyle?
Go higher, Kyle.
No.
Come on.
149.
149.
He's taking less than the pace?
Put me down for 182. They're going to pick it up here.
All right.
182. Curtis.
165.
165 for Curtis. Lebo.
170.
170 for
God, we're all
Todd.
saying they're going to get hotter.
Pete.
158 plus
There we go.
2 inside the parks.
So I'm going to put you down for 160 then?
Yep.
Calling inside the Parkers. But the park's smaller now.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
Harder to do. All right. Patrick Mahomes plays his final game in a Chiefs uniform when? He just signed that big $500 million extension where he's going to make $140 million, $125 million per year. That's the APY. By the way, do you remember when everybody, like the second or third year of his deal, when everybody started talking about how it was a crappy deal for him and because guys were making more? And now the reports are out that over the last 5 years, he's pocketed the second most cash.
Yeah, because they've had to keep.
Well, they keep pushing it forward, and that's what nobody gets. Plus, it's always guaranteed 2 years out.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the laziness of if you're going to be a football analyst and that's all you do, you have to be a capologist.
Yeah.
And if you're not, you're a lazy dumbass. And that deal has been great for the Chiefs. It's been great for Patrick Mahomes. This one will be the same thing as well. Anyway, he's now signed through 2033. When does Patrick Mahomes play his last game in a Chiefs uniform? We start with me. 33, he's going to turn 31 and 26. He'll be 38. I'm going to say he plays his last game on February 12th.
It's a Super Bowl.
Yep. No. January, he'll come up short. January 31st of, that's 33, 34. 35. Gets the playoffs. He's out.
35.
Yeah. I've got 131-35. Curtis?
I'm going to
No idea if that's a
That
Sunday
could be
or
the
not.
end of the regular season. By then. Who knows?
By the, yeah.
I'll say January 10th, 2033.
Okay. Lebo.
November 26th.
Gets hurt.
It hurt on Thanksgiving because they're still putting him on TV of 2035. So that would be his 20th season playing. I think he'd be 40 then maybe.
So you got him playing even longer than I did.
Yes, I got him the next season.
Okay. Pete?
19 years, 2034.
Give me a date.
January, whatever the Super Bowl is, February.
Well, the Super Bowl would be like February 10th, we'll say.
He's
February
going to
8th.
He's going to go out in glory.
How about 2/8/30 in what season?
2034.
So the 34 season, so
35.
February 35?
Yeah, that'd be
okay.
fine.
That's right around yours.
All right.
He's got him going further than you.
Yeah, he does.
Check the date. Super Bowl could be a Wednesday on that one. Who knows?
Yeah, who
We
knows?
haven't really looked at the dates on these.
There'll be so many records it'll be out of sight by then. He might not play that long. But
Okay. Kyle?
Christmas 2035.
Told him on Christmas.
25, 35. Okay.
I got him out on Thanksgiving Kyle's got him going another month.
But sweet holidays.
Well, Clark's going to want him to play that.
Nobody
Christmas
said
game.
April 1st.
We need you on that Christmas. Roll out there, kid.
The Christmas game that's played in China.
Yeah. Well-known
So,
Christmas
Let's
area of the world.
deck the halls of Beijing. All right. How many games does Brendan Sorsby play for the Texas Tech Red Raiders in 2026? We begin with Cletus.
I'll say 13.
13. Okay.
I heard
Lebo.
you said he's not playing this year. That's what you said. How about this?
That doesn't mean I
I'm
don't
gonna say,
hedge my position.
How about this? One gets hurt
Okay.
because there is karma in the world.
Pete.
11.
Kyle.
I'm going to say 3.
So they're trying to cover their ass and be like, we're not sure he's going to be ready for the regular season. You know, he's going through this.
Really going through it.
Yeah, you know, it's tough times for him to get through.
Yeah, it's a real struggle.
Listen, I'm not saying that addiction is nothing.
No.
I'm not in any way, shape, or form. But this is asimine.
Yeah.
Okay, I am saying that. This is asimine.
That's not addiction.
You might
to
not
me.
get hurt. You might just get
There are
bullied out
rules
of it.
for addiction, too.
And that's what when I have my own, no one wants to hear my rules on addiction. Because I think that there are many things that are called addiction that are not addictive.
Please, Soren,
I have a
tell
theory.
us.
I'll share the theory during the break. I used to share it on the air, but people get upset now, so I'm not going to do it. But I'll share it during the break. You're not going to play any. At some point, the pressure is going to be so great on Texas Tech, and even now the stupid-ass state of Texas, up yours to the whole Lone Star State, it's going to be so bad that they're going to finally be like, what are we doing? We've lost our vision of what it is. Texas Tech is a good team even without him. And they're going to just create more chaos and havoc. And I almost hope he plays because I want to see what happens. I think it's going to be a disaster if he plays. I'm going to put him down for none. Nuns. Who leads the Royals in saves this year? I wasn't going to do this one until I watched Lucas Erceg wilt yet again. He leads the way with 12 right now. Alex Lang has 4. He didn't do well last night either. Daniel Lynch, what was Morgan's first name?
Eli
Morgan
Eli
and John
Morgan.
Schreiber have 1.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the 19 saves that have been hatched for the Royals.
Save. They each have
Yeah, save.
Lang
has 4. Erceg has 12. I would give you, not on the roster, I would give you credit if they would acquire somebody who would get there. Not on the roster could be given. I'm not going to ask you to name which guy they're going to. Roldis Chapman. I
don't think he's coming.
I don't think so. Todd?
Carlos Esteves.
Why
not?
Okay, sure. Why not?
The
Pete?
answer's probably Erceg.
Daniel Lynch,
And the number might be 12.
13.
Is he in this mixture at all, Daniel Lynch?
Yeah.
Or is he even a
he's got 1.
Yeah, he's got
He's
one.
got 1? Okay, I'll take it.
He's
There you
gonna
go.
take Lynch, okay. That takes us to Kyle.
Cole Reagans.
Cole Reagan.
Whoa, I like that.
I love it.
That's great. Should I go Bubich? We'll just have the whole board. It's going to be Erceg. I say that with a heavy heart. Kurtis?
Same. Lucas Erceg.
Okay. At least Reagan's and Lynch are fun. Estevez is fun. Ours are. Nah. All right. Next up, who wins the American League Central Division? Right now, the White Sox are a half game out in first place. We begin with Pete.
Oh, man.
White Sox half up on the Guardians.
Yeah, I'll take the Guardians.
Guardians, okay. Guardians for Pete. Kyle.
I'll take the Sox.
Chai Sox.
Believer.
Believe it.
Believe it.
Look and see how bad this is.
Listen, I don't dislike Cleveland. But, by the way, did you guys remember that Joe Posnanski is a Cleveland fan?
I did remember that now.
I saw him on TV last night. He's
Ohio.
pitching his
from
book.
there?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I'm going to take the Guardians. They just the White Sox aren't ready. Kurtis?
Same. Cleveland knows how to do that.
Yeah.
I
Lebo.
almost just want to say Detroit will figure
I
it out,
know.
but I don't. I'll try it. Detroit,
Tigers?
they're playing better.
Okay.
They're hotter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I probably should have gone there too.
What, they're still 8 out?
Yeah.
All right.
But they're legit.
Oh man, I didn't realize this. But we're all going to get one right. I'm gonna put the one we're all going to get right now.
Okay.
What, if anything, will the Chiefs get for Wanya Morris in a trade. I forgot I did that as a question last night.
I know, fifth rounder.
Can anyone think of one I can replace that with real quick? I want to have another Chiefs one.
Say who'll play more games?
Wanya Morris? Okay,
or the sixth round of the Chiefs get.
Who plays more games the rest of their career? Wanya or Morris,
TBD,
or the sixth rounder KC got? Okay. Where do you go? We start that one. Where do we begin? Who was first on the last one? Guardians was Pete, right?
Pete, yeah.
So Kyle, you lead us off.
Kyle's getting distracted right now.
Who plays more career games? Is it who's talking to you?
That's Luke. Get out of there.
Tell
Luke.
him to stop.
Salesman. He's pitching the 2-minute drill thing.
Tell him.
Yeah.
Wait
Move
a
along,
minute.
Luke.
Wanya Morris, who plays more career games? Wanya Morris, or who they get for the sixth rounder?
Starting now, or starting.
You
when
didn't
the
get to count
Chiefs make
Wanya's
that draft
games he's
pick.
already played.
Yeah, starting now.
Okay. Fresh start.
For the rest of their career is how I put it. Yeah.
I'll take the Chiefs draft pick because Brett Veach will package that pick to trade up for a better player.
Soren, I thought they got a fifth rounder.
No, they gave a seventh and got a sixth. They gave a seventh with Wanya Morris. I'm not on Wanya Morris.
No.
So give me the sixth rounder. Kurtis?
Sixth rounder.
Whoever the other guy is.
Lebo, you're on the sixth rounder?
Yeah. Wanya Morris is not any good.
Pete?
He is going home, though. He's a Georgian.
Oh, yeah, obviously sixth rounder. Wanya Morris is going to be working down at Jazz next year. if they've got an opening for him.
All right, how far does the U.S. men's national team go in the World Cup? Put me down for... they're going to lose tomorrow, and I'm going to look like a jackass. Round of 8. They get down to the 8, which would be, what, 2 wins in the knockout?
Yeah.
Okay, round of 8.
Pretty good. That's pretty good effort
Kurtis.
for the boys.
Round of 16.
Okay. Lebo?
I'm round of 16. That's what I felt all along. They're going to win a knockout game because that first knockout game is going to be pretty easy.
Okay. Pete?
I agree with you, Soren, but I'll take 16.
Kyle?
They're getting to the semifinals.
Round the 4?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
Man.
Wow.
Confidence.
Putting some exclamation points next to that.
It's called just throwing darts in the dark.
Cole Reagan's going to lead them in saves, too. So he's
There
got
it
it all
is.
figured out.
Yeah, there it is. There can be only one. Time to play a little Stump the Chumps when we come back. Remember, you can get a free oil change from the team you trust, Big O Tires. They got 13 locations around the metro. They're also happy to pick you up, drop you off. They got a free shuttle service, plus financing available for every budget. Visit BigOTires.com to find the location nearest you. And now you can take advantage some great specials on some tires. Do you need tires? Right now through June 14th, buy 3 tires, get 1 free, only through the 14th. Buy 3, get 1 free on their Big O brand exclusive tires. Customers also receive Big O's industry-leading Protect Plus warranty at no extra cost. Go to BigOTires.com to book your appointment today.
The program with Soren Petro.
He's not Jordan. Jordan got 6 rings.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Listen up, your parking lot says a lot about your business. Cracks, potholes, faded striping, damaged concrete can create safety concerns, plus create a really bad first and or last impression about your company. If you own or manage a business, what are you waiting for? If that parking lot's a disaster, call GAN. Do what the, Liberty Memorial did. That big where the 2026 FIFA Fan Fest is, they did that whole drive, everything along there. No matter how big the project is, GAN has got you covered. They help Kansas City businesses protect their properties with asphalt paving, seal coating, crack filling, parking lot striping, concrete work and repairs. Their experienced crews deliver quality workmanship, dependable service on every single project. They are Kansas City's best. One contractor, all things parking lots. You've been hearing me say it for years, so what are you waiting for? Go to GANasphalt.com. Whether you need routine maintenance or a complete parking lot overhaul, GAN is ready to help you. And you're getting the knowledge, the know-how, the experience of more than 30 years in business right here in Kansas City. That's right, a great locally owned and operated Kansas City company. That's GAN Asphalt and Concrete. So if you need any kind of concrete or paving work done, it's GAN Asphalt and Concrete. Get started today with a free estimate at GANasphalt.com. That's GAN, GANN, Asphalt.com.
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, are struggling with brain fog, or your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At Heartland Men's Health, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more, getting you back in the game again. So don't be older. Be stronger in the gym. Be sharper at work. Be better in the bedroom, and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment,
Yes, indeed. Time for a little Stuff the Chumps brought to you by our friends at Big O Tires, the team you trust. If you need some tires or need any kind of work done on your vehicle, Big O Tires, they help keep your vehicle in top condition. Services including oil changes, brake replacement, wheel alignment, tire rotations, and more. Ask about the Healthy Car Special for $39.95. Includes a conventional oil change, tire rotation, alignment check, brake check, and more. In fact, we'll give you a free oil change at Big O Tires. If you can give us a Final Chumps question that we use, send it to Kyle at 810WHB.com. That's Kyle, traditional spelling, at 810WHB.com, and you'll get a free oil change at Big O Tires. 13 locations around the metro. Whoa. Book online at BigOTires.com. Make that 2-0 Mexico in the 67th minute.
Nice header.
As South Africa's playing with 10 and Mexico's making them pay. Yeah. So the host nation, the co-host nation of Mexico, looks like they're going to win their first one. All right, gentlemen, are we ready?
I'm ready.
Do you have lots of answers, Todd?
I have one that's got quite a few. One of them is not going to be fun. Probably.
I got one we're going to use here. I'm going to use these two. Do you want to go with the one that is tailor-made for Petey Nick?
Yes, first.
Okay, we're going to go first. Tailor-made for Petey Nick.
This means I'm pulling up the rear.
14 answers. Okay, 14 answers, right?
Mm-hmm.
The last time the New York Knicks won an NBA championship was 1973. There were 14 players who played for the Knicks that year. Name any of those 14 players. Did I hear Pete first?
I think I was
Help me out, Kyle.
I was
Who
first.
did you hear first? Huh, okay.
Curtis.
Lebo, you bastard.
Bill Bradley?
Lebo is going to take Bill Bradley off the board. We go to Pete and then
Walt
Curtis.
Frazier.
Walt Frazier.
Lebo.
And when Pete's already buzzed back in, Curtis, Pete, and then Todd. Curtis.
Willis Reed.
Willis Reed is there. That's three of them. Pete.
Dave DeBuscher.
Dang it. That's the only other one I knew.
Dave DeBuscher is off the board. We go back to Curtis.
I'll take Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson was their 7th leading scorer, I think he was. That's 2 for the K-Dog. Are we...
Lebo?
We got... Pete, did you buzz in again?
No.
No? Okay, so we got Curtis and then Lebo.
Earl Monroe.
Earl the Pearl Monroe was on that team. You bet he was. Nice job there, Curtis. Lebo, then Pete.
I just lost my name. I should have written it down.
Okay, Pete, and then I'll give
Barnett.
Dick Barnett was there. Good job, Pete.
Nice.
Need a clue?
Sharman? Bill Sharman?
No. There was the father of a guy who beat the Jayhawks in the 1997 tournament. There was a guy...
Lebo.
Curtis.
Henry Bibby?
Henry Bibby was
Hank
there. Good
Bibby.
job, Curtis. Henry Bibby.
I got one.
The ones, I got Lebo for 1, Pete for 3, Curtis for 4. The ones you did not get, John Gianelli, a rookie from the University of Pacific. Jerry Lucas at the end of his career. That was the next clue I was going to give was 2020 guy with Cincinnati earlier in his career. Dean Memminger.
The Dream.
Luther Rackley.
Yeah.
Tim Riker and Hawthorne Wingo.
Oh, Wingo, yeah.
So not bad. You guys did pretty good.
Should have done better.
Should have, but you didn't.
You should have.
We didn't. Yeah, we didn't.
Okay, diggity.
All right. 25 answers here. 25 men have at least 100 career stolen base attempts with the Royals.
Lebo.
Todd.
Petro.
Will Wilson.
Will Wilson, yes. Soren.
Carlos Beltran.
Carlos Beltran. Pete.
George Brett.
Lebo.
George Brett.
Petro.
Todd.
Bob Witt.
Bob Witt, yes. Soren.
Frank White.
Frank White,
Lebo.
yes. Pete.
Amos Otis.
Petro.
Amos Otis, yes. Todd.
Fred Potek.
Fred Potek. Soren.
Tom Goodwin.
Tom Goodwin, yes.
Base attempts.
Lebo.
Todd.
Dyson.
Petro.
Gerard Dyson, yes. Soren.
Fred Potek.
He already had Potek.
Lebo.
Mm-hmm.
Locaine.
Lorenzo Cain, yes.
Petro. UL Washington.
UL Washington, correct.
Enoch.
Pete.
What the hell? Pat Sheridan.
No.
Lebo.
Todd.
Anyone say John Damon yet?
John Damon.
Good job, Todd.
Let's see, I'll give you the years. He's 70. They're big start. 77.
Petro. John Wathen.
John Wathen.
That's good job.
We got some guys from a couple guys from the 70s still.
Lebo
Petro
did.
Guy from
Enoch.
Go ahead.
Al Cowens.
Al Cowens. Pete.
McRae.
Which one?
Hal
McRae.
Petro.
Brian McRae.
Brian McRae, yes, as well.
I got in
You
two.
got in two. You got in two.
David DeJesus.
No.
Oh. They didn't let him run.
The ones you missed, Jim Eisenreich, Alcides Escobar, Michael Garcia, Alex Gordon, Bo Jackson, Pat Kelly, Whit Merrifield, Adalberto Mondesi, and Jose Offerman.
Adalberto Mondesi?
Yep.
We did not. We should have done better.
Yeah, we should.
I've at least got some points. I had nothing before. I had done nothing before.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I did this question last week for the other organization. I'm going to do it for this one.
What do you mean the other organization?
The organization the Royals were playing last week was the Twins. They're playing the Rangers now, who were also the Senators, but this is not the old-time Senators. The Senators that started in 1961. I want you to name me anyone from that organization who is in the Pro Baseball Hall of Fame.
Wait. From that organization, as in they played from Petro, by the way.
The 61 to now.
They just played from at any time.
Or they could be a manager, they could be an owner, they're in the Pro Baseball Hall of Fame.
Petro, Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Ryan, correct.
Curtis.
Clark Griffith.
Petro.
No, that was the last. That was the other Senators.
Curtis. Ted Williams.
Ted Williams is correct.
Yeah, good.
And there are some people who are on both these lists, though, just because you know how baseball works.
Yeah. Alex Rodriguez. No. I rescind my buzz. Hold on.
One of these guys was just an answer on Curtis's question.
Adrian Beltre.
Correct.
God, yes. Why is this so hard?
It is hard.
Petro, Ivan Rodriguez.
That's the Rodriguez you're thinking about. Yes. Think about Rangers. There's been some good Rangers. But a lot of these guys.
Petro, Ferguson Jenkins.
Ferguson Jenkins.
Oh, good job.
And you just had to play for the Rangers for a second. I mean, they're not known as Rangers. You know what I mean?
Right.
One of these guys was an answer to Curtis's last question.
What was Curtis's last question?
About stolen bases for the Royals.
Oh, Petro.
Curtis.
One of these guys, I think Curtis thinks is one of the least deserving Hall of Famers ever.
Petro, Harold Baines.
Harold Baines. There we go. That's
not what Curtis thinks.
Carlos Beltran.
Carlos Beltran. That's right. This guy was a star. He's in the Hall of Fame. His kid's really good too. Right now.
Curtis. No.
One of these. There's a couple of these guys who have something to do with the Pine Tar game, in some way.
Oh my God.
All right.
Petro, Gaylord Perry.
Gaylord Perry.
Damn it. Did I get that? Did I get it in?
And Rich Gossage.
I thought I got it in.
And Rich Gossage.
Son of a.
By the way, Whitey Herzog managed the Rangers. Bert Blyleven, Vlad Guerrero, never heard of him.
Oh, God.
Minnie Minoso. He's not in the Hall of Fame.
Minnie Minoso played for who?
He played for the Rangers for a second. Gil Hodges and Andrew Jones was a Ranger. But you guys did okay. Did you 4 for you? 3 for Kay,
didn't
right?
play. He didn't play when the Rangers were.
But he could have been a Senator. 1961.
Should have done better on that one too. This has not been a good day.
Don't look at me like that, Pete.
What do you got, Pete?
I want to know the only 2 men over 3,000 hits who never won a batting title.
Petro, Eddie Murray.
Nope.
Curtis. Adrian Beltre.
Nope.
2 guys, 3,000 hits.
Petro, Yaz.
One was no.
He won
one was somewhat better.
Lou Brock.
There's one.
That was my name.
One other. This guy was must have been in the redecorating business because outside his house he put all his bats as a fence.
Yeah, that's not much of a hint.
Yeah.
Well, I always liked that about him though.
Lebo.
He's ancient. He's old.
Petro. Yeah. Luke Appling.
No, that's good though. He played for the.
Who was it?
Eddie Collins.
Oh,
Eddie Collins.
Old EC, they call him.
Fast Eddie Collins.
Yeah.
Pete has
Fence Collins.
As we make the turn, Pete has 600. Todd has 900. Curtis has 800, and I have 900. Here we go. We will go with. I'm going to turn around what I did last week. Todd, taking a page out of your book.
I don't remember, but
last week I asked for the NBA Finals MVPs that had only won one. Now I want any of the 12 that won multiple.
Enoch. Yeah.
Todd, then Pete.
Larry's Bird.
Larry Bird is correct. Pete and then Curtis.
Lebo.
Yes, Magic Johnson is there with 3 of them. Curtis and then Todd.
Kareem.
Kareem is there. He had 2 of them.
LeBron.
Curtis.
You had those. LeBron James has 2 with 2 different teams, too. He's unique. One of only 2 to do that. Back to Curtis.
Kobe.
Who?
Kobe.
Lebo.
Kobe Bryant is there. He won 2. Pete
Bill
and
Russell.
then Todd. Bill Russell had only the 1.
Did he?
Curtis.
Shaq.
No.
Shaquille O'Neal had 3.
Duh.
Good job. There's a guy who beat Shaq in a finals. Todd.
Michael Jordan.
Enoch.
Yeah, Michael Jordan has 6 of them.
Enoch.
I thought you weren't getting a clue on that.
Colby.
Who?
Colby.
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Already been said.
Oh.
Let's see.
Lebo.
The other
did
guy who's
KD get 2?
Kevin Durant did. He went back to back.
Pete.
Curtis and then Pete. Curtis and Pete.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Hakeem Olajuwon was the one who beat Shaq. He won a couple as well. And then Pete.
Did Kuzi win a couple?
I don't.
It's got to be some
think
Celtics.
so.
Who are we missing back there? They just pass it around.
No, Kuzi never won one.
Sam Jones.
You missed
Heinsohn.
the
Havlicek probably.
You missed the 3. Hang on. That was the extra ones from LeBron. You missed Kawhi Leonard, who won for 2 different teams,
right.
the Warriors,
Raptors.
or the Raptors and the
Tim
Spurs.
Duncan's probably
You
one
missed
of
Tim
his-
Duncan, who won 3 of them, and you missed Willis Reed,
We did
who
okay.
won 2 for the Knicks. So you did all right.
Something similar to your first question, Soren. The last time
I don't remember that either.
They're going to play on Saturday with the first time since this date that the Knicks have played a game with an NBA title on the line. The last time, June 22nd, 1994 at Houston. 18 players played in that game. Give me any
Petro.
Soren.
Latrell Sprewell.
No, 94.
Pat Ewing.
Pat Ewing.
Enoch.
Pete.
Hakeem.
Petro.
Hakeem Olajuwon, yes.
Lebo.
Charles Oakley.
Charles Oakley. Todd.
Clyde Drexler.
Petro.
Clyde Drexler was not on the 94 team.
Oh, really?
He was in Houston.
Petro. Kenny Smith.
Kenny Smith, yes.
Lebo.
Yes. Petro.
Bob Horry.
Bob Horry, Soren.
Otis Thorpe.
Otis Thorpe, yes.
Petro. Mitchell Wiggins.
Lebo.
No.
No.
Anthony
Stupid.
Mason.
Anthony Mason.
Lebo.
Yep.
John Starks.
No,
John
I couldn't
Starks,
remember his name, you
yes.
bastard.
Still got 4 Knicks and 6.
Petro. Larry Johnson.
Nope.
Some clues?
Let's see. One guy's an NBA analyst. One guy was a national championship game head coach in college. One. Oof, I don't have much else on the other ones.
Wow.
Too many. One guy won some titles down the road with the Lakers. I didn't know he played for, I guess it was his.
Which one did he play
kid.
for? Huh.
I was wrong.
Those are the
Harper.
worst clues. You might want to think of the clues in advance.
Hubert Davis.
Oh, yeah.
Greg Anthony was the analyst.
Greg Anthony, yeah.
So
he played for UNLV, would have been better.
Derek Harper.
D. Harps.
Charles Smith. And for the Rockets, Sam Cassell, Earl Curitin, Mario Ellie, Carl Herrera, Chris Gent, and Vernon Maxwell.
You didn't have a clue
Mad
for
Max.
Chris Gent?
Mad Max. That's when I said Mitchell Wiggins. I was thinking of Mad Max. Yeah.
All right, I'm
Mitchell
sorry about
Wiggins was
this
on
one.
the '86
This
team.
is a soccer one. I'm sorry about this.
By the way, that is Andrew Wiggins' dad for you people out there. Yeah.
So since 1990. Okay, we're not going way back. But
I
I just
tried to
want
come up with a soccer
you to
one,
tell
I couldn't.
me someone who has scored a goal in the World Cup
Petro.
for the United States.
Curtis. I'm gonna start with Landon Donovan.
Landon Donovan.
Bastard.
Pete.
No.
That's the only guy what I know. That's the only guy I knew. No. What's his guy's
Curtis
name?
is in.
Good, Curtis.
But he's having a
Lexi
stroke.
Lawless.
Nope.
No. Since when?
1990. So these are recent. These are. I mean, they were just in this 4 years ago.
I know.
Some of these guys are on the team right now.
Petro Pulisic.
There you go.
That's it. I mean, I got to do some studying.
You got to
on this
remember
for my interview
and I'll
tomorrow.
give you a credit.
Thunderdome just rattled off like 7 or 8.
He's a
There's
soccer guy.
3 of these guys, I'll give you credit for 3 of them are own goals for other countries. So the other country's name, and I know you've seen a story about one of these on 30 for 30. So you give me a last name, I'll give it to you.
Maradona.
No.
Petro Escobar.
Escobar, there we go. Andres Escobar scored for Colombia, Colombia on accident. That one of these guys on TV still to this day a lot. One of these guys' dad was the coach.
Petro Burkhalter.
No, wrong coach. Jake hated this coach.
God, yes.
But Jake hates all the coaches.
I know, and his kid's now a coach in the MLS.
Yes.
This guy's a coach in the MLS now.
Yes. Same last initial as Burkhalter.
Curtis. Oh, damn.
Go ahead.
I was going to say Pelé.
No. The ones you should have gotten, Clint Dempsey. You should have gotten Michael Bradley. Was the guy. Haji Wright scored one last time.
Clint
Tim
Dempsey
Weah.
was who I was trying to think of.
Yeah, Julian Green, Jermaine Jones, John Brooks all scored in 18 or 14.
Jermaine Jones, I should have
Yeah,
Clint
me
Mathis.
too.
I mean, Brian McBride, maybe a name you should have known. Eric
Yes.
Winalda, guys like that. Anyways, there's some others. But
We
I'm
should-
sorry, I had to do a soccer one.
We should have done.
You
I'm
did
glad
three?
you did. That's
I
fine.
got three.
I got three. The question's all right. Pete?
Okay, name 3 men who knocked down Joe Louis. Knocked out.
Lebo.
Name 3 men who
Petro.
knocked down Joe Louis when he was the champ.
Schmeling?
No.
Petro Bear?
1. 2
Uh,
left.
Petro Marciano?
Nope.
Come across him?
They didn't find
One guy did it 3 times.
Joe Louis versus Joe Louis. We're talking about here, right?
Right.
Is it
A guy named Jeff.
50s, 40s, 50s?
Wait a minute, 50s. Yeah. Yeah, 50s.
Corbett.
One had a pretty
Gentleman
good
Jim Corbett.
nickname. One had a definitive
Did he have a
nickname.
fence made
Petro
of bats?
Smith.
Three-finger Brown.
Smith.
How about 2 ton?
I don't know.
Oh, Tunney?
Tony
Galento?
Oh.
Tony Galento and Jersey Joe Walcott.
Jersey
3
Joe
times.
Walcott. All right, as we head into final chumps, Pete has 800. Todd has, good Lord, 9 and
3,000.
17, 1,800.
That's not going to mean
How
anything.
do you always get up there?
I didn't hear
He
him.
never
He
wins, though.
cheats, Pete.
Why
He
didn't you hear
cheats.
him talk?
1,100 for Kay, and I have 7, 11, 1,600. So Todd's up top with 1,800.
Got a chance, Pete.
Bite me, Todd.
What do we got, Kyle? What's our category?
Johnson County Community College.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow,
luck
that's
with
a
this
tough
one.
one. Oh, okay.
That's,
I think I know where my wagers got to go. We will take a break.
I know what mine
Remember,
is.
you can get a free oil change from Big O Tires, the team you trust, if you send a Final Chumps question to Kyle at 810WHB.com. 13 locally owned and operated locations around the metro. Big O Tires helps keeps vehicles in top conditions with services including oil change, brake replacement, wheel alignments, rotations, more. Ask about the Healthy Car Special, $39.95. It's Big O Tires. Don't forget that you get a free multi-point inspection with every time your vehicle's in. Go to bigotires.com to book your appointment today.
All right, the Twin Peaks end of the hour answer. Among players with at least 100 stolen base attempts for the Royals, who has the lowest success rate? I gave you all 25 guys who had 100 stolen bases.
Adalberto Mondesi.
Only guy below 60%, Hal McRae.
That makes sense.
That does make sense.
Yeah,
59.7.
Yeah, he
had a bum knee.
He had a
Whitey
couple
said
LBs.
run.
Beltran the highest, 87.7.
It's pretty good.
Beltran, one of the best players ever.
Yes.
Yeah, he was a hell of a ball player.
You can get you a free oil change at Big O Tires if you provide our final chumps question to Kyle at 810WHB.com. Then you could get your oil change to Big O Tires. Don't forget, now through the 14th. Buy 3 tires, get 1 free on Big O's exclusive tire brands. Customers also receive Big O's industry-leading Protect warranty at no extra cost. Take advantage of it right now. Book today, BigOTires.com.
Soren, could I ask you, now this game going on right now, could I ask you a question?
Yeah, 89th
what
minute,
will happen?
2-0
Yeah,
Mexico.
the team Mexico's playing, they're behind 2-0.
First, you're in a
And
pool
what
of
will happen?
4 teams. You play each one of the other 3, and
Okay.
the top 3 of 4 advance
Okay.
to the knockout. So
Don't
they're
get
still
none.
alive. Yeah,
Okay.
they're still in.
Yeah, they're not dead for this.
They're
They need
not
to go
dead yet.
win games.
Yes. All right, category, Johnson County Community College.
All right, man. Johnson County Community College went 67-3 on their way to a World Series championship. Name any of the 3 teams that beat them.
Oh, wow. I love that
Answer
question.
X.
I don't
throw
love
some
it.
down. Okay, I threw something down. I've already put an X through it. Well, he goes there.
Yeah,
This Thunderdome's doing everything to bait
killing it.
there. He knows all the answers.
When we do Petro family trivia, guess what? I'm going to get a couple.
I bet you'll still miss
Probably
3.
not all of them.
Shut
You'll
your
miss a
mouth.
few.
All right, we start with Pete. Pete, what was your
$1? My answer is.
Could you lead with the answer?
No.
Let's
It's never
try to
gonna
have some
happen.
drama.
It's
Lead
never
with the
gonna
answer.
happen.
What do you got?
I don't do drama.
Okay.
Butler County, $1.
No, $7.99. We go next to Curtis.
I said Hutchinson.
Hutch is wrong. What'd you bet?
All.
All of it. Curtis has 0.
change my
Next to me, I said Kansas City, Kansas Community College. I bet 201, so I'm at $13.99. Todd.
I wrote down Blinn, but it could be Cowley. It's not Blinn. Oh, it is Blinn. How about me?
No, Cali.
Okay, Cowley.
No,
I didn't get it. I
you
don't
didn't get it. Okay, so you didn't get it. What'd you bet?
I bet 0. So I bet 0. I won. You can however you want to do it. But I remember Cowley, I think, beat him. But Blinn
Well,
played
you are
them.
cheating.
Who were the other
Relative.
ones in the World
Crowder, Iowa Western Community College, and Cali.
Series? Who's the winner?
Going back to
Pete, you're always a winner in my book. Thanks for coming in.
I appreciate that. Soren.
You better be nice to
Bastard.
me one time.
Lebo.
Come
Thank
on.
you, Pete. You're the best.
Yeah.
All right, how many Royals have had a qualifying season with an 800 OPS before turning 24? Brought to you by La Feta Delicatessen.
One down, 103 to go.
That's what it is.
Do I have that right? Is it 104 games?
Yep.
One down, 103 to go. I did that on my own. You read it somewhere. I figured it out.
Did you?
Figured it out.
You got the grid in front of you?
48 teams play 3 games each in pool play, which is 104. Or no, it's 100. Let's see, 48, 96, and 144. Then you got to divide that by 2 because it's only one game. So you get down to 72, and then you have a 32-team knockout stage, and it's always one less game in a knockout than you have teams, so 31.
So the way I always...
Is that right? So
you actually did the math.
Right, so 103 total, is that right?
Yeah, I think it is 103.
103, and one down, 102 to go.
Okay, so you did the math on it. Blair, you just looked it up.
I didn't.
I'm saying I can figure it out.
He wins.
Well,
I could have looked it up.
I know.
Could he have figured it out? I don't know.
I do what you did a lot more than I do with the other.
The NCAA tournament bracket, I always just take the number of teams, and it's one less. That's the number of games.
So when you get to the knockout, that's the easy part. 32 teams in the knockout, we're going to have 31 games.
That's right.
Since 82, that's
it's the pool play, which is 48 teams, 3 games each, but they're all playing each other, so you divide it by 2. So you could just do, I guess, faster way would have been to do 24 times 3, and I would have gotten to 72 as well.
Yes, you would have.
Divide the 48 in half first. Because, whether you divide it first or second, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
That's, that's how it works with division. The multiplication.
With simple division.
Yeah, here ended the, like we had an idiot friend in college. I call him the dumbest man to ever get into Syracuse. We called him the smartest idiot. Yeah, I do think he's the dumbest guy to get into Syracuse for sure. But we also called him the world's smartest moron. He's done very well financially for himself, even with a god-awful marriage that went down in flames. That when I got there and met the gal for the first time, I'm like, no. I even told him the night before, I go, well, when you get divorced, we'll go do this or that. Wedding started like 2 hours late. I mean, can't find grandma. They played Ave. They started without her. They played Ave Maria again in the middle of it because Grandma likes Ave Maria, and so we doubled back to Ave Maria. And I sat next to I sat next to the world's dumbest genius at this wedding, and the world's dumbest genius roomed with the world's smartest moron. The world's smartest moron is, like I said, done very well financially, all through sketch, sometimes illegal dealings. And the world's dumbest genius has done quite well. As well. He is a highfalutin attorney in Washington, D.C., graduated from Georgetown Law. So after getting kicked off our freshman year floor for not wearing pants. Any pants. Complete Winnie the Pooh. Thought that would be a good idea.
He had a shirt, but no pants.
What if that's part of his profile? It's on my profile.
I don't think it's a part that he would like out there. Like I said, being a highfalutin D.C. lawyer these days. But these two, and I told them, when we went down, he transferred out of Syracuse and went to Georgetown because he wanted to play football. And Georgetown was about the level of football he could play.
That one AAA stuff. Yeah.
And he graduated second in his class from Georgetown Law. You shouldn't be smart enough to be second in your class at Georgetown Law and get kicked off your freshman year floor.
Probably not.
But that's this guy. And I announced to them that they would probably achieve at the same level when it was all said and done. And I have never nailed anything.
You nailed it.
My guy nailed it. One guy's the street smart, just scourge of society, and he's doing just fine. And the other guy's probably would be president now, but he's probably walked into some big party with no pants on, and that's knocked him down to just being a big deal lawyer.
Well, I don't know if that has stopped any current politician from holding office.
Well, not now. And now what they're going to do is
they want you to actually do that.
They're going to prosecute football conferences. Have you said? I mean,
yeah,
like it starts slow when you just completely punt your moral compass.
Mm-hmm.
It starts out. What happens is because people are still unsure of well, this is kind of dirty and icky, It's like I say about you don't cheat on your spouse because no one ever cheated once. Once you've done it once, that's the hard one. After that, it picks up speed. At least the people I know who operate that way, it ain't no big thing on down the road. Once you push past the moral compass,
you Yep.
it picks up speed.
Cross
So
the threshold.
you do some things like you sue to get your football rights instead of working with the NCAA, and then you do a thing for just the conference. But we're all in it together, and no, we're really okay. Forget about, screw those little schools and any money going to them. It doesn't really matter. I mean, yeah, we should think about education as a whole and all the student athletes and not just ours. But, we're not gonna, but we feel okay because the conference is with us. And it just builds and builds and builds. And you appeal, sanctions that are completely fair. And then you walk to a podium and talk about the NCAA as a big villain because they gave you sanctions because the rules that you agreed to play by, you didn't play by. But you go out and you announce the NCAA is the problem. And it just builds and builds and builds. And now we're at a point where, he gambled on the sport.
Yeah.
There's a million ways.
His
team. A million ways that you just go, no. He's out. But now you fought it. You let his lawyers fight it. You didn't just kick him off the team yourself.
No.
Which would have solved it all.
Yep.
And then you're like, well, I mean, they said it's okay, so we're going to play ball. And then the league starts to, and now we've got the state of Texas is talking about filing criminal charges against the Big 12.
Yeah, if the Big 12 takes action.
If the Big 12 takes action.
Against Texas Tech, yeah.
So let's just play this out. You're a McDonald's franchisee. And the deal is you sell McDonald's food. And you don't sell anything else, or you lose your franchise. Right? That's how it is. Like, there are rules. You get to ride on our big national advertising budget. We have a massive supply chain. We have a menu for you. We have it all. This is it. This is what you're paying for. This is what you get. But you know what? I like tacos. So I'm going to serve some tacos at McDonald's. Well, McDonald's would tell you no, and they tell you to stop, and then they'd take your franchise. And now that guy can go, no. I'll do whatever the blank I want. Like, these are the roads we're going. Like, and to me,
I have an addiction to tacos.
Yeah, I've got a mental health issue here.
I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
I need tacos.
Who were you to tell me I can't sell tacos in my store?
I got a fever,
Last
and the
time I
only
checked,
cure
this
is
was
cowbell and tacos.
Last time
Hence,
I checked, this was America.
And so, and then, I was watching some of the comments that were going back around. It's like, well, he did bet on his team. Oh, so if you bet on your team, right, which we've talked about a million times, like the Pete Rose thing, which no one ever obviously paid attention to those, like, well, what's the big deal? He bet on his team. It wasn't like he's betting against him. Yeah, but when he didn't bet against him, number one, that's an obvious telltale sign. Right. But then there's also when he did bet on him, and I've talked to guys who were on Reds teams playing for Pete Rose. You may have pitched 2 nights in a row, but if Pete needs you tonight, when Pete got down on you, you're going a third night in a row.
When Pete really needed you.
Yeah. And if we could bring a starter back on this night, but Pete didn't really like the matchup, but the next night he does, then we'll wait. So are you really putting your best foot forward for the Cincinnati Reds? The obvious answer is absolutely not. And that's just the things that aren't even that harmful. Now, listen, if we want to go like, look, sports, it's just wrestling. Bet on wrestling, jackasses. Go ahead. I mean, if you want, but that's what you're going to turn football into. And there was the one Big 12 coach that said, well, I guess since what I'm supposed to do is what's best for my players is I need to get some people in here from Vegas and have them help us out on when we can bet on ourselves and when we can't and when we should shave points so that they can benefit financially the most from making money on betting on our team, since it's obviously not against the rules anymore.
Right. I love that thought.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. And Gene Taylor came probably the strongest comments about this.
Was it the BSMFer?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
There was when they're in.
It was. I think it was the F.
Or
and
was
BS.
it F and BS?
Okay.
Which is not a bank
or a law firm.
No. So here we are. Yeah. In the most egregious of moments, I think, for college sports.
By the way, and you're sitting here, I just want to be clear, because I guess Baylor, TCU, Tech, is there 3 in Texas? Houston.
For the Big 12?
Yeah, 4 in Houston.
Yeah, you got them. Yeah.
Okay, so for those 4, they're like, oh, okay. Well, got my back. All right, but the 12 other ones, that are sitting there going, well, okay, wait a minute, Texas is going to jump in. If we rule something here, they are sitting here going, all right, so Texas is stepping in and going to file charges against us.
State of Texas.
The state of Texas.
The Attorney General's office, yeah.
So doesn't Iowa and Kansas and Colorado and Arizona and Utah,
And West Virginia and Florida,
don't they announce something to the effect of like, this is where I think the next step is? Okay, bring your quarterback who violated the rules. We'll make it a law that if you violate the rules because there are state institutions involved, that you've now committed a crime in our state. If he lines up under center and takes one snap, we will arrest him. We will walk out and arrest him, and we'll arrest the coach who put him on the field. I mean, isn't that where we're at next?
Why not?
Why not? Why? I mean, if Texas is going to look out for Texas, then Kansas needs to look out for Kansas.
Yeah.
And so when you bring this quarterback who has no business playing onto the field in Lawrence, I mean, great, enjoy your home games if we bother to show up.
Mm-hmm.
But if you step onto the field in Kansas, we'll have armed, maybe even masked agents that will storm the field, weapons drawn, and we'll take you to prison.
And that's what college sports should be
That's what it's all about. Well, I mean, why? I mean, like, it sounds preposterous, but listen, 2 years ago, it would blow your mind to think that the state of Texas would say, if you hand down discipline, which it's in our bylaws and charter that you can do, if you do that in this case, we're going to file criminal charges against you, is insane. So we're building momentum.
Yeah.
So how do you get more insane to get back at Texas? Well, why not arrest some people?
Yeah. And the AG, Ken Paxton, is running for Senate in Texas against a Democrat. So is he trying to curry favor with voters in Texas so he can win a Senate seat?
Well, I wonder if is he a tech grad? Do we know? Because this is all happening because a tech grad judge in that county allowed this to happen, which it got me wondering, is the courthouse just like part of the arena at Texas? Is it just the next building?
Baylor and University of Virginia, so not a tech guy.
Okay, all right, but
state of Texas, you can see where it might help Baylor.
Absolutely, and he's in a tough race.
I
thought for the Senate spot, he needs every vote he can
get.
He's
in a tough race. I thought the definition of crazy was the Alabama basketball player last year who had been a pro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bediako.
Yes. Yeah. Been a pro. It was ruled by the judge in Alabama to be eligible for the Crimson Tide. I just thought that was the most remarkable thing I'd ever heard.
I mean,
I
don't often put out a call to Topeka, but get to work. Like, what are you going to do? Like, you basically are, like, is the state of Texas going to freight train every other school, the 12 other schools, the however many states I rattled off? Are you really going to sit back?
Well, and I can't believe that Baylor and TCU and Houston want this to happen as well.
I don't think so either, but
I'd be curious to see who Tech does play this year. I know that the kid Sorsby is suspended for the first two games. That was the punishment for his action. One of them is, I think, Oregon State, and another one's Abilene. 2 home games to begin the season he's suspended for. And Kirby Hocutt, who we know, the athletic director at Texas Tech and former Kansas State linebacker, has said they have the best interest of Brandon Sorsby at heart. They are helping him get through this addiction to gambling. And,
which is why they do this other thing about, well, we're not even sure when he's going to be ready.
That's right.
Let me take a wild stab at it. It's game 1.
Right. Well, he's suspended for 1 and 2. So
I'm sorry, game 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bet he's ready to go. I'll bet he just shook that off. Let's play ball.
Recovered. Yeah.
Also, guess who is a considerable contributor to Ken Paxton's campaigns?
Would his first name begin with a Cody?
Yeah.
It would.
Yeah. Cody Campbell, the big money guy at Tech.
There you go.
Yeah. So I wonder I wonder who's pulling those strings.
They don't even try to hide it.
By the way, today would have been the day to take Patrick Mahomes out for a victory lap on his new contract. How much do you think the fact that he was going to get questions about Texas Tech and his association with Cody Campbell meant that nah, we'll wait for those in St. Joe?
Yes. Yeah.
Let's give it 40 days to calm down.
I asked, you were there. I asked to him, I'm like, are we getting Pat today?
I know.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Why? Any other time you sign a big fat contract, they're going to be there.
Yep. Of course, given what's going on in college football now, I'm surprised the Red Raiders haven't signed Patrick Mahomes to take care of those first 2 games that Sorsby will not be available. I mean,
because it would make him, he would be pained if he couldn't play for Texas Tech.
Yeah, his mental health, Blair.
It'd be great. So
that's the thing is like we've come a long way and worked really hard to like understand, appreciate, and be aware of real mental health issues.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this is
Absolutely.
such a setback.
This is not helping.
No. Yeah, it is. It is a setback in that direction.
And even more, here's the great Joey McGuire, the head coach of the Texas Tech Red Raiders. He thinks Sorsby's being treated unfairly.
Brendan Sorsby is recovering from an addiction. He's recovering. Like, I've sat down with this young man multiple times, and the things that he is going through and what he's been through is serious. As a society, we've been okay with other things that happens and allowing players to play, and this has been the one thing that has united people that we're against, and it's crazy because it's not murder, it's not beating somebody, so there's a lot of things that we're working through.
Good Lord.
Well, fine. If you care about the kid, then get him out of your football program and
get him the help he needs.
Get him the help he needs.
But putting him into a bee's nest of every time he goes on the road and even probably at home, I'm sure there in Lubbock, there's plenty of UT fans. That's going to be a healthy environment. Playing college football in a circumstance that is against the rules, not suffering any penalties, the way it's always been, and putting him out there is going to be beneficial to his health. I mean, that's just so farcical. But I want to point out something else he said in there. Now I lost my train of thought.
While you're thinking of that, what is it? $5 million he's getting from NIL.
I don't know. I can't remember the number.
It was some incredible number to get him from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And look, and he may not be a pro prospect, but he carved up. He came to Kansas last year for Cincinnati, and was terrific. I didn't know much about him, and I remember watching that game thinking, "Who is this guy? He's really talented."
And then he left the game briefly, and Kansas immediately made a run, and then he came back in, and
it was over.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just I'll have to listen to that again. I'll listen during the break, or I don't know.
You can play it again.
I'll play the important part right here.
It's not murder.
Yeah, there's that, but there was something before that even that was preposterous. Play the beginning of it too.
He's been through so much.
Brendan Sorsby is recovering from an addiction. He's recovering. Like, I've sat down with this.
Yeah, he's recovering from an addiction. So, like anyone who's tested positive for drugs in the past and not been able to play, well, that's clearly an addiction. Why are they not playing? Let me also tell you something. I can tell you from knowing people who have done it, taking steroids is quite addictive. You get bigger, stronger, you look like a badass, you lift more, you get better at your sport. It's addictive. Why are they not allowed to play?
Yeah. Yeah,
Good question.
I mean, addiction covers
a
lot of stuff.
If you're going to put that under it, I mean, to me, it's an addiction is a physiological thing. If your body is having withdrawals or something, I get that as an addiction.
Nobody wants to hear my theories on addiction. I'm going to state it again because it would make some people actually
But I really like to do this, and when I can't do this, I get the SADS. That's not an addiction to me. I mean, I might as well, if I get stopped, Pullman is speeding 70 into 30. I'm sorry, officer. I have an addiction to driving quickly, driving fast that I can't.
Sorry,
I'm trying
officer,
to kick.
Thursdays make me sad.
Yeah.
So
you're not pulling me over. I mean, we're getting to a point where it's like, well, you don't have to listen to the cops.
It's not murder.
Well, he's going for his gun. Well, he went for his gun.
not
But he
murder.
told you to stop and you didn't stop. Yeah, I know, but he went for his gun. I don't have to pay attention. Like, I just want people to understand when you don't hold up the laws.
Right. And
it becomes lawless. Like, maybe you think they're fun little movies. What's that movie where we have a day where everybody can...
Oh, The Purge?
The Purge. Well, give it a try, 365. When it's not a movie. When they're banging on your door.
You know more about gambling than I do. And
I'm addicted to it. So be kind.
I'm addicted to love. At some point, I'm going to have to face it.
That could really go.
I'm going to have to face it.
All right. Enough.
I don't.
The kind that you clean up with a mop and. Yeah, never mind.
Wow.
I get.
I thought we were going to quote song lyrics.
Well, I don't think Robert Palmer had that in his.
No, there's another song that does, though.
We listen to different kinds of music.
Well, I lost my train. Because all I can think about are the Robert Palmer girls in the video.
Yeah.
But the gambling addiction, that to me is, I've never known anybody like that. But there's a reason there's an 800 number attached to every advertisement, including ones on this station and ones that run in print ads of the newspaper. I do think that's real. I do think gambling is can be an addictive behavior, and no doubt that it's done a lot of harm to people. But what's happening here is just an affront to college sports.
Yeah. To athletics in general. I was going to ask Andy Reid today. So Josh Allen gambles, and then some judge says, no, he's going to play. Like, I mean, this will get to the pro level as well. What, you think some Texas jackass ain't going to step in and make sure the Cowboy quarterback starts? You're an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
You're a moron. That'll make him even more popular. That's an even easier thing to do. So if you're going to think you're going to suspend a Cowboy player in the state of Texas for anything, but you want to win an election, go say, I got the Cowboy star wide receiver back out on the field. Vote for me. You'll do quite well.
One thing I haven't seen is more information about the judge or the panel of judges in whether it was the city of Lubbock or the county that made the ruling, except for that they are tech. I read that they were tech grads, but I haven't. Unlike the Alabama basketball situation last season, where we kind of got a profile of the judge, I haven't seen that in this case. And how is that allowed to happen? How is is he a booster of the school? We know he's a graduate of the school. How is that allowed to happen?
Ken Curry. I haven't read that much about him either.
By the way, one of the things I was reminded of, Cody Campbell brought up Penn State, that no one refused to play them. So I guess talking about when the Joe Paterno, when the
Sandusky.
Jerry Sandusky.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they all got fired.
They got fired.
I mean,
exactly.
Yeah.
No,
He
they
wasn't
took
elevated.
action. You dumb
They tore the statue.
mother. They fired them all.
Tore down the Paterno statue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why, because they took action and said, okay, this is wrong. We recognize it. Here is the price you have to pay. It didn't even get to the NCAA or the Big Ten. They did it them damn selves.
Because if they all would have stayed there, that might have gone down. I mean, there might have been that type of a. We're not going to play Penn State if that guy's still
reaction.
on the staff.
So let's wrap up with this, because it's just so infuriating.
It's hard to bite your tongue.
Well, it is. It's hard to.
It's just
use proper language.
Bizarro world.
But so what happens in the end? I'm of the opinion that eventually that it's not slowing down, and the backlash is going to grow and grow and grow. And they can threaten with Texas, and I think I really do. Come on, Florida. You love to get into the middle of this crap. You protect Central Florida. It's your most populous university you got in the state. So it might be the first time I think it's a good idea to have Central Florida in the damn league, although I do love the AD. Great.
Oh, yeah, Terry Mahajer, yeah.
Terry's awesome. But, let's go because, you got to stand up to this.
Yeah, and I do think that it's a universal condemnation of this.
Nebraska and Georgia have already said we ain't playing them. And that's what I think ultimately gets them is we all think the Super League or 2 Super Leagues is coming at some point.
Yeah.
You're not inviting Texas Tech.
No.
If you're Georgia, you're going to be like, they're not coming in.
Right.
Nebraska's going to be like, they're not coming in. And Tech is one of the schools that would be in a pretty good position. If they're like, okay, we're going to go to 40, then Tech's that would be an addition of 6 schools to the two biggest leagues. You count 6 out there. Everyone's heard. I think Kansas's basketball one puts them somewhere towards the top. But North Carolina, Virginia, because neither one of those leagues have that state, and they're very populated states and a lot of TVs. They're going to go quick. After that, you can be like, oh, Georgia Tech. They're third fiddle to Georgia in the state of Georgia. So I don't think they're the hot commodity. Everyone thinks, oh, Atlanta. They watch Georgia. Okay, but just like thinking TCU gets you Dallas-Fort Worth. Texas has Dallas-Fort Worth, right? And for all those reasons. But, I mean, like, Tech would be in a pretty good position based upon the money they're spending and adding more TV sets to Texas. And they are a very populated university in the state of Texas.
Yeah, and they've taken a lot of steps to put themselves in a position to be nationally competitive and to be in that position to where if there's a breakaway, they would be included.
I mean,
they won their first Big 12 championship last year in football.
Well, and here'd be a reason to be like, I don't think they're that good. They can't even walk on a quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, they can't even do the smart, easy thing. They're so terrified that this is it. This is our only moment. Clearly, there is a limit to what Cody Campbell will spend.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we got this moment. It has to happen now. That's brutal. Yeah. We'll take a break. We're talking right now with Blair Kirchhoff, our college insider. He's brought to you by our friends at Art and Frame Warehouse. FrameKC.com. That's where you can find them online. They're experts at framing sports memorabilia. They are the best. Lifetime guarantee with everything. Don't forget they'll deliver and install as well. It's Art and Frame Warehouse online at FrameKC.com.
All right, the La Fena Delicatessen, end of the hour answer. How many Royals have had a qualifying season, I mean qualifying for the batting title, with an 800 OPS before turning 24?
Wait a minute.
Jack Caglione is on.
Wait. They just
pace.
qualified?
No, having a qualifying season, meaning a season with at least 502 plate appearances, with an 800 OPS before turning 24. Because I looked at there's like there's
Carlos
some pitchers
Beltran?
that did it. No.
George Brett?
Twice. 75 and 76.
How about Bobby?
Bobby in 23.
Billy?
There's two. Billy
Butler?
2009.
Is there another Billy?
I don't know.
Okay, I guess
I didn't know we just said Billy and we knew it was Butler.
Name another Billy that played for the Royals.
I can't offhand.
Bill Buckner at the end, but based upon the nature of your question, I would think we weren't counting 38-year-old Bill Buckner in this list.
Correct.
Billy Brewer was a pitcher, I believe, right?
Well, there you go.
Yes.
I believe.
There you go.
Yeah, not a hitter.
No, don't think he qualified.
Billy
So
Hamilton.
I think in all Texas courts, I would win.
Billy Hamilton.
Played for the Royals?
Yeah.
So how many more on the list?
I think that's probably about it.
The number is, there's actually 5.
5.
John Mayberry, 1972.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize John was that young.
And in 2013, Eric.
Hosmer?
Billy
You think of another
Well,
Eric?
I just want to make sure. I don't care what the rules are. Let's just all play by him.
Right.
Flip-flopper?
We could have just moved on. I'm not the one that needs to adjudicate every single disagreement.
So, Blair.
Ken Paxton.
How's the family?
He's great.
You wonder why we had that in the open.
Good times.
We
good times.
live to entertain you, Blair.
Yeah, that's what it's all
And you
about.
do.
That's what it's all about. All about. Let's talk a little bit about the rankings, the future rankings that came out. Where was it, Curtis?
ESPN.
Was it ESPN?
Was done by Adam Rittenberg.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it up. And basically, I used to love these when they started doing them. Like, we're not ranking just for this year. We're ranking for what the program is going to be moving forward, right? For college football programs. And it was great. But now, like, I'm not sure why we're still doing them.
Everyone's on a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
Right.
Basically.
Right.
So the I'm trying to figure out where did it. Here it is. College football future power rankings and the locals. Where do you think? Have you seen this article?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so where do you think the locals rang in at?
Out of 68.
Okay. Well, first of all, let me tell me if I get this right. I would think the order would be Missouri, Kansas State, Kansas.
You are correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I would go Missouri in the top 20. The Kansas State somewhere in the 30s. KU somewhere in the 40s. I know it's vague.
No, you're good. Mizzou, you did pretty good. Mizzou is 29.
Oh, okay.
Which, they're like 10th in the Big 12. So, like, in that 20, I was thinking 20 to 25 might be them.
They're
But anywhere
down
20 to 30, I think
down
is fair.
from 22 the last time. So they
Yeah.
dropped.
Oh, okay.
Down 7 spots.
Where did you have K-State?
K-State in the 30s.
K-State,
High 30s.
K-State is 48.
Ooh, maybe I'm.
And I think
a
I
little too
wonder because
optimistic.
part of that is coaching staff, and maybe they don't really know what Colin Klein is
That's
yet,
right.
so they're going to
that's fair.
shade him. Sometimes when they do coach rankings, they'll put the new guy toward the bottom because they don't know what he's
Right.
going to be.
And I
'Cause this
think
is previous.
that's okay.
The previous future power ranking was 21, so it has to be.
Yeah,
part
that's
of it.
Yeah, they don't know what Colin Klein is.
Right.
Yeah.
Comment on Kleinman.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
And where do you think
Then
Kansas
KU,
is?
I said KU in the 40s, but now I got to go lower than that. If K-State was 48, they're
How many schools total? 68?
68.
55.
65.
Oof.
Only Stanford, Purdue, and Boston College are below them.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. That's I can sit here and
Previous
think,
ranking 50.
That's a big drop. I can sit here and say that's disrespect, but that's the national perception. That's a national perception of where the program is right now, and that's with a veteran coach who we all think is a good coach. But I think certainly have underachieved to a degree the last 2 seasons, and that speaks to where this ranking and perception of them is.
Interesting. Why do you think they've underachieved?
Well, just based on where they were projected to finish, they're having the starting quarterback, the same guy each of the last couple of seasons, and they just haven't, no bowl game under 500, right?
Yeah.
Each of those two, 5 and 7, is it 4 and 8, 5-7, or 2
But
5 and 7?
if those had been the first seasons,
yeah, no, that's
instead of the year 2 and 3 that was put together by Lance Leipold,
which were terrific seasons.
And
right?
I thought that the third season, as much as everyone they went from 2 wins to 6, and then went from 6 to 9. 2 to 6 is one thing, but that just gets you to where you should be.
Will they go to 10 the next year?
I think they went 9 wins. I'm like,
9.
I thought
9.
the jump into 9. I'm like, that to me was a sign. Like, all right, they might be up and running.
That was the year they beat Oklahoma at home, the Jason Bean quarterback game.
Well, they got
won a bowl game, and
they got that great win at Texas. That was in the
year 2,
second year.
Yeah,
which was incredible for that that coach and that program to do.
I thought the back-to-back jumps was okay. Maybe they're up and running.
Yes, as a consistent bowl team.
They have the same. Daniels. It's that the season was it last year. Losing all those games at the end that they had big leads. They have the ESPN graphic of the winning odds, and then somebody puts out a thing called a wee. That's when there's this huge. Like every game they had that year went from 85% win percentage to 5.
So I would offer that if you said, okay, Lance Leipold's been hired, and somewhere around maybe late year 2 or maybe the beginning of year 3, he was on track. Like, had he been hired at the right time? And I think even when you're hired at the right time, it's somewhere in year 2, or maybe it's year 3, and maybe it wasn't year 4 till year 4 that he had everything in place. But the things have continued to change, and they have not changed in a way that would help Kansas football. And so he got in when we were just kind of getting our toes into this NIL and portal and transfer thing. And now it's this wave. And I don't think anybody would have been like, now there's no doubt Indiana says, okay, there are no limits.
Right.
Right. That absolutely, Curt Cignetti and Indiana have put a ton of pressure on KU and Lance Leipold and everyone else, and Vanderbilt playing well. Now I am going to be Vanderbilt's, I think, 5.5 on their win total this year. They think a lot of it was Diego Pavia. But if they go win 8-9 games, then if they win 10 or 11, then I'd look out, because it looks like the money bag schools bought them some talent.
Right. Let me stop you just.
Okay.
Jalen Daniels was supposed to be Diego Pavia.
Right.
He was supposed to. That was supposed to be the guy for Kansas who got him to 9 wins. They got him the wins over. They did beat BYU 2 years ago, but he was the one, and it didn't happen. He for whatever reason, defenses caught up to him. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
The wrong offense, but it didn't happen for him.
It's clear that the expectations went too high.
They did.
And some shine has come off on Lance Leipold.
Unfairly.
The offense did not churn along when he lost his OC, but his OC is back.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's a reason to maybe be on board. But yeah, I mean, I think when you look at these, if you're K-State, okay, I get 48. I think Colin Klein come out, and their win total is 8.5, isn't it?
Is it that high?
I think it's that high. Because they don't play any of the top 3 schools.
Ah.
Well, so
okay.
So they they're in a great position. If he goes 9-3, and even though it'll be schedule driven, they'll be he'll shoot right back up into like 31 or something, right?
Yep.
And that's just how it is. And it's just, overreaction Sunday, right? That's just the way it works. But for KU, I do think that there's been a number of things that have gone against them and taken some of the shine off. They're like, no. They're really just kind of what KU always was. And I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's where they are. But I do think it's also entirely possible the money guys are paying for stadiums right now and not players.
Yeah.
And Lance Leipold's not going to overcome a minuscule budget.
No coach will.
No.
And I think part of it also is that not going out and finding the next quarterback. The one, it's one that makes this year's year look good, and it makes you think less likely that they can get the guy in 27. The one thing he has not had to really proven that he can do, because he hasn't had to, is find that next guy. Now he has to find that next guy. And the first year after the guy, Not promising at that position.
No. Well, and the other addendum to Kansas is, I say 2 disappointing years. It was the season 2 years ago when they played their games at Arrowhead and Children's Mercy Park, and that was the one where they had all the seniors. His original recruiting class and Devin Neal and all those wide receivers.
When they have a completed stadium, talk to me.
Yes.
But until then, barring 0-12, he's probably got a free pass as far as I'm concerned. Because I'm just telling you, the man has not only have all of them that have been there, but he got on board when NIL, transfer portal was all this massive wave, and he started late, and they're building a stadium. It's been
he has.
and he had no home games. It has been the most tumultuous. You want to write a book, Jayhawk fans? Are you a writer out there? Get Lance Leipold to tell you everything he's had to try to traverse, and I'll bet you it'll blow your mind.
It drove Kleiman out of the game. Some of these conditions that other coaches are dealing with right now.
Blair Kirkhouse brought to you by our friends at Art and Frame Warehouse. Find them online at framekc.com. Wrapping things up here with Blair Kirchhoff in the program. Blair, you excited for the World Cup? It's off and running. Mexico, 2-0 winners.
Yeah. We got Korea and Czechia tonight, also in Mexico.
And you throw out the record when they get together.
You have to. You have to.
There are a bunch of jokes I'd say right now, but I'm not gonna. But
Good for
the FIFA Fan Fest, KC 2026, if you want to get your tickets, was rocking for the Mexico match. And
it
it's
really
going to be
was, yeah.
insane tomorrow. Sam McDowell said he's going down tomorrow because he wants to be around the
USA.
electricity.
Yeah,
USA
tomorrow.
The 8th. Will you be there, Blair?
At some point I will, but I'm not going down tomorrow. But it's open Friday, Saturday, Sunday, not Monday, but Tuesday, which is when the first game in Kansas City will be played. So a lot of opportunities.
Truth to the rumors that you, Vahe, and Sam will be out there shirtless and that you are the S. Vahe, the A. I don't know how Sam's going to pull off you. Seems like a little bit wide of a letter, but any truth to that?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Joe Montana is 70 today. Who caught the last pass he threw in the NFL? Brought to you by La Feta Delicatessen.
Fourth quarter of the program begins right now as we finish strong here on a Thursday. Still to come, David Lesky talking some Royals baseball with you. We will dive in to where the Royals are now and where they were yesterday. We'll do that right after we give you the things you need to know. Brought to you by our friends at All Weather Decks, Kansas City's best when it comes to building your outdoor living spaces. All Weather Decks. Go to allweatherdex.net. Photos of finished projects. All the awards they've won. 24 Angie Super Service Awards. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. MapLink, where they've done jobs all over the metro. You can even get your free estimate started online with the best outdoor living space builder in Kansas City. More than 15 years in business. It's All Weather Decks. Find them online at allweatherdex.net. And relax. Let's start with a little bit of Chiefs Podium. Andy Reid available for the last time until we get to St. Joe. Next time you hear Andy Reid, it'll be 101, and he'll be standing outside of a dorm in Mo West.
Yes.
That's the next time you're going to hear him.
And he might not be as fun and energetic as he was today.
Yeah,
so it'll be hot.
He was pretty affable.
Yeah.
He was pretty affable. Matt Derrick, who you hear here on Sports Radio 810 WHB, asked Andy Reid what Mahomes got done.
I love what he did this offseason, the way he attacked the rehab. And you know, he's on course to take these next few days and get ready for camp.
Can you take us through what are the next steps for him and what he has to clear?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Just I would tell you, just continued rehab with it up to training camp. So keep working his legs and the strength in his legs, and then there's a part that the healing process has to keep taking place, but he gets periodic checks on that too. So, but he's been working close with Julie and the rehab part of it, and then he comes out and practices. He does rehab before practice, comes practice, and then he goes after practice. So he's staying on top of all that.
Didn't really kind of give us the steps.
Not much.
Just keep doing what he's doing.
Julie Freimeyer is who he's referring to. She, the now famous.
The State Farm superstar, star of the State Farm commercial campaign.
Saver of the 2022 postseason.
That's right. So we'll see where he's at when they get to training camp. We'll see where Josh Simmons, weighs in at when training camp comes around. We really won't, but we'll ask questions on where he's at. Said he wants to be at 300 for the season. Sam McDowell, calling us for the Star, hear him every Tuesday here in the program, asked Reid if there's an ideal weight for Simmons.
Yeah, he's kind of a unique character. He's not a real big guy. I mean, that's not what he is. But he's extremely strong and very athletic. So, you always talk about leverage as a coach, and he does a pretty good job with that, and I think that helps him. And, he was able to function that way last year, and I know he probably told you he's going to put on weight. We'll see, see where that goes. I don't think that's an absolute that has to take place, but he looked pretty good out here.
So you've seen him obviously play at different ways, considering the combine a year ago you guys were scouting. It was a decent amount.
Yeah, you don't want cheeseburger weight, right? That's not what you want. So you want him to be able to function and maintain his endurance and that. He's extremely athletic, and he's gifted that way. So I think he's able to get away with some things because of that.
I'm not too worried. I mean, I think he's a freak. He's got a lot of attributes that make him really good for offensive tackle. He's kind of an athletic tackle freak as far as what he's got attribute-wise. I never saw him get freight trained. I mean, I think his weight was less than it is. I think he was definitely less than 285 last year at times, and we never saw him get freight trained. So I'm not too worried about it. I think what Mitchell Schwartz tweeted out is probably right on. Tyron Smith was a little bit lighter when he first got. He'll put his natural weight on that you do in your 20s, just in filling out. He's going to be fine. I'm not too worried about where his weight is. I'll get worried if he's 2 more years and he's still at 270 something at times, then that's a problem.
Yeah, to me, if there's a problem with him down the road, it won't be that. It'll be because the part that kept him off the field last year comes up again.
Yeah, and I will say, Andy Reid said you don't want cheeseburger weight. I mean, not on a linebacker, but there is
some cheeseburgers on.
Well, there's a hint of sumo.
Yes.
To what that position does.
Yeah, not as much as the middle three, but it still exists.
Yeah, exactly. The athleticism is easier on the outside, but we've still saw what happened when Joe Tooney got got bull rushed.
Yep.
And I have not seen that happen to Josh Simmons.
Called physics.
Yes. Mansour Delane was wearing the yellow jersey, not participating, watching practice. Pete Sweeney, who you hear regularly from the Kansas City Star right here on 810, he asked Reed about Delane's inactivity.
Delane hurt his shoulder, and so we kept him out, out of practice for that reason. Yeah.
You anticipate training camps?
Yeah, he should be ready.
Okay. And that wasn't a bad edit. He cut himself off.
Yeah.
And he went to another question quickly, which you could conspiracy theorist. He wanted to get away from that as quickly as possible. And I also wonder, am I putting too much into the word should? Should be ready for camp? Is that just an off the cuff comment?
I'm not going to be
sound worried.
I'm not going to be surprised at all if Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, Mansour Delane, who else was sitting out there, and certainly Patrick Mahomes, are all in yellow jerseys, and it's been at least the first week or two not in contact.
Yeah.
They've done it. We've seen it time and time again.
Yeah, true.
And so then they get returned to action. And so I'm not even going to panic if they're not ready to go. If you said, when are you worried about Mansour Delane not a full go at camp? 3 weeks before the opener.
When you see should in print, it sounds one way. His voice when he said that did not sound like a guy who was worried to me.
All right, Rashee Rice is in jail right now. I asked Andy Reid if Rice is progressing on the rehab and if he's getting reports while he's down there in custody.
Rick's talked to him more than what I have, and just making sure that everything was set there where he could do some rehab with it and still do the time that he needed to take care of. And so he's on top of that, and thank goodness that they're allowing him to do it. So it's they've been great with that.
So you have an expectation on him being ready to go first or too early?
Yeah, I think he will be. I mean, he gets out here somewhere this next week, and so we'll see where it goes from there, and he'll be back up here and working.
Several things I want to underscore in that answer. First of all, I appreciate that answer a lot. The time he's doing. He didn't sugarcoat it. I mean, that's a slang, but he's doing time, right? The jail time that he was supposed to do. He said they're allowing him to do it. That's an appreciation. Not like, it's God-given right. You guys got a rehab. He's a football player. Let him out of jail. He's got a rehab. He said they're allowing him. He showed deference to the fact that they're in charge, and they're allowing him to do this. And then he said, they've been great. Now, listen, and if you're sitting there going like, you're celebrating this? No, I'm not celebrating it. I'm pointing out that Andy Reid, I think, had the right tone and tenor about this.
Absolutely.
If your thought is like, why the hell should this guy get to go rehab? I have no problem with that reaction. None. But if it's going to happen, I sure as hell don't want to hear his coach be like, damn right they let him go. He's an NFL player. I don't want to hear that. So I will just take a minute to say, I appreciate the way you handled that question.
Yeah.
I think that's how you should answer it.
And to put a date on it, it's next Tuesday, to the 16th, that he gets released.
Okay.
Was that your Joey McGuire voice?
With the, you're damn right. Yeah.
He's recovering. He's recovering from something.
He's recovering from being arrested.
God.
He's recovering from a terrible accident. Yeah, but he caused it. I know, and it was terrible. He's recovering.
God.
Borderline.
What was it?
Where are we going to go?
The movie.
Napoleon Dynamite?
God. He's recovering. God.
That's who I was here. God. Now, hold on. I got some tater tots in my pocket I got to eat.
He's not happy. Jeez.
Vote Brendan.
It's such a
Xavier Worthy was at the podium. Andy Reid mentioned him getting stronger this offseason. Worthy was asked about Reid's comments.
Yeah, obviously with the shoulder injury, I had that surgery in January, so really it was just building on getting stronger, getting that back in the flow, and I feel like that's overall been, I forgot who I told, that might have been the best thing for me, learning how to be a pro and learning how to approach, obviously, the mental aspect and just getting your body prepared for certain things. So I feel like I kind of hit that hard this offseason.
Do you feel it's completely behind you 100% now?
Yeah, yes, sir. Definitely behind me. Just want to focus on just obviously getting stronger and learning more of the game for sure.
Because you were in the yellow jersey all through the off-season workouts. It didn't seem to limit you, though. I mean, do you feel like you're back to 100%?
Yeah, that was not 100%, but obviously just building there. I mean, the laborment is a process thing, but that was just a precautionary thing, just making sure something my doctor wanted.
It's all behind me, but not 100%.
Not 100%. Which I get it. I mean, there's still the post rehabbing, like the shoulder being a ball and socket joint is a long recovery process as opposed to
the muscles being built up around
and
it.
So and I don't know what all goes into it. I'm certainly no doctor, but sounds like he's going to be ready to go. But I'll bet they take it easy on him. I'll say this: I mean, the doctor in a no contact practice wanted him to have a no contact jersey on.
Yeah. Didn't want to, if anybody ran into him or if he tripped and fell.
Like, avoid this guy even more than you normally would. I mean, I will say that some of that's the fragile frame he brings to the field.
Yeah. I'd have to look and see.
He did run into his own player.
That's true.
This was not
he got wrecked.
This was not, a guy the size of Dontari Poe hit him when he wasn't looking.
No.
I mean, Travis Kelce hit him when he wasn't looking, and they were running opposite directions. I understand there was some impact there. But when you saw the way he just boing, like you see what happens when you weigh 160.
Pinball.
Yeah.
Well, I'd look back and have to look back and see some video last. Did he look bigger? Did he look like he had any more muscle today than last year?
I was trying because Andy Reid said that, and so he came. He's wearing a sleeveless shirt when he came out, and I was
usually isn't the case.
I was like, maybe he's.
Is he working out with Josh Simmons?
He didn't look like he hadn't tried to work out. I'll say that. I mean, he looked like a kid. Like, it's pretty good baller on the basketball court.
Yeah,
great. But like, does he like is this, the way
Tyreek Hill standing
Tyreek
there?
Hill looked
like
now.
Freak show.
Tyreek Hill is one of the freakiest.
Yeah.
He's the freakiest small athlete I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's one of one.
Yeah.
Now, when I expect to, hear about somebody getting stronger, have you seen the pictures of Travis Hunter from this offseason?
No.
That looks like a guy who got stronger. He's noticeably thicker, and Travis Hunter was a thinly built guy.
Yeah. No, the only pictures I saw of Travis Hunter, he seemed to be preoccupied with his spouse.
Yeah, I've seen those too.
He was being comforted in a personal way, courtside.
It's interesting.
Those are the only ones I've seen. It's kind of like a contract year for Xavier Worthy.
Yeah.
This is year 3, so after year 3, he's eligible for a contract extension. The Chiefs will have to decide whether or not they're going to put the 5th-year option on him. So you think you'd want to have a big year? I asked Worthy if he's viewing this as a contract year.
Yeah, obviously, just a second contract is a dream, but I mean, just focusing on the task at hand, one day at a time. Coach O'Shea tells us all the time, like, focusing on the task at hand, and you get what you want at the end. So just dominating each day, and I feel like I'll get what I need at the end of the course of everything.
You like that answer?
I don't hate it or like. I mean,
I like that he quoted Chad O'Shea. Sounds like he's making an impression on him.
He said numerous times. We'll probably hear again. He sounds like he's getting the kind of coaching he hadn't had before.
Yeah. All right. Worthy was asked what he's been working on in the off-ball reps.
Just learning the zones where I could sit, obviously learning coverages, what Pat likes. Obviously, he just did 7-on-7, so we kind of did that a little bit together. So obviously want to come back and get more throws with him. But just learning the game, obviously, like Trav talks about all the time, getting friendly in zone and knowing when to run out of man. So just learning those little aspects of the game.
Andy said at the NFL meetings that they changed your routes last year after you got hurt. I wondered what that was like from your standpoint. Can you take us through what was different after the injury?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I couldn't run certain routes because, some routes you got to kind of be physical, throw guys by, and I couldn't do that physically. So, I mean, it was just a limiting thing that kind of was needed. So, I mean, it is what it is. Come back this year and do what I need to do.
Because of that, do you feel like it wasn't a true indication of who you were late last season?
Yeah, I'll definitely say that's definitely not a true indication of what I am. I'm limited in certain things, so I want to just come back out here and show like my ability and what I could do.
Okay. Well, we'd like to see it.
Yeah.
We'd like to see it be more than what we've seen for 2 years. I'll be honest.
Yesterday, I think, about, how if Jack Caglione is who they thought he was, how it changes the Royals lineup. If Xavier Worthy is who they thought he was, it changes the Chiefs' passing offense. And they really need that to happen.
The Chiefs are trading or did trade. Did they? Is it done? Is it official or it's going to happen? I don't know where we are on that front. Wanya Morris is going to the Falcons. Jeremy Fowler is reporting that the Chiefs send Morris and a 27-7th. Atlanta will send back a 27-6th, according to Jordan Schultz from NFL.com. So the Chiefs unloading Wanya Morris. And I would really question what's going on in Atlanta. They didn't give up much.
We will remember the Wanya Morris era.
Yeah, for sure. The World Cup is underway. Mexico 2-0 winners
Mhm.
in the opening match. The South African team was down to 9 players, a couple of red cards in the match as it was over. Mexico was just burning off the clock. I think they could have pushed a little bit harder and gotten after him. One more match tonight, South Korea versus Czechia, 9 o'clock on FS1. Korea a plus 160, Czechia plus 190, the draw plus 200. You can bet all
that's
three
right.
outcomes
Yeah, that's
when you bet the soccer, Curtis. I know you're a huge soccer gambler. Where are you going? Put your money down, punk.
I'm addicted to it, actually. I'll take.
Well, we'll give you some time.
I'll take South Korea.
Take South Korea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, early on, maybe I'll.
I've been to Czechia. I haven't been to South Korea, so I'll take Czechia. Me and Prague are tight.
Oh yeah.
I had some fun times.
You were a progressive.
Prague's a good town.
That's everyone I've known's been there said it's amazing.
I liked it. Hockey tonight, Golden Knights at the Hurricanes. Game 5, we're tied at 2 each. Carolina minus 160, VGK plus 132.
Pivotal Game 5.
Pivotal Game 5.
Pivotal
Game 5. The NBA Finals, we'll go back to San Antonio now with the Spurs trailing 3-1, right? Not good. Is this the biggest blown lead in playoff history or just finals history?
I would imagine it's just the biggest blown lead in finals history. They would have said, they wouldn't have said it the way they did, would be my guess.
Okay.
But I think the previous record was 25, and they said the year on the radio last night on 810. I can't remember what it was, though.
Charles Barkley definitely didn't like what the Spurs did. Here's Barkley going off after the game.
We saw the dumbest basketball team in the history of civilization. Oh, wow. We saw they had a 25-point lead, took eight straight threes. Like, they thought to get, like, that was some of the most mismanaged, stupid basketball. Hey, when you blow a 29-point lead, the other team has to help you. The San Antonio Spurs helped the New York Knicks win this game by doing some of the stupid-ass stuff I've ever seen on a basketball court.
Let me just say, I do agree. You come from that far down, somebody's got to help you. But I'm always kind of the opinion, is it more of the Knicks or more of the Spurs, more of the winner or more of the loser? Which was it more about? I think I'm going to go with moving forward. The rule is, worst case scenario, it's 51% for the winner. You know, more about, well, how much more? Is it 99% the winner did it all or 51? I think if you win it, I don't like taking away from the winner. San Antonio helped a lot. There's no doubt. And I love Charles Barkley, and I love that crew, and I love their post game. But I got to be honest, somebody needs to tell Chuck, just bitching about threes every post game. Like, and Ernie Johnson did something great. They were telling him in his headset, let's go to the highlights. And he's like, we're not going to the highlights. He said, this is too rich here, was the term he used. Let's keep talking about the game. All the celebrities are still on the court. They're showing all of them talking everything. Half the arena's still there talking about the game. Charles is at least, I mean, that was a strong comment. He's very opinionated. I appreciate that. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Shaq agreed, not maybe quite as forcefully, but like after every game, Chuck's got to come to something other than stop taking threes. Okay, and do what? What was the part of, because you know what worked? They were 14 of 23 on threes in the first half. That's what was working.
That's why they had the big lead that they blew.
Mike Wilbon bombed them as well and was like, okay, I get the heat check to start okay, are we still hot like that? Okay, we're not. Now do something different. What? Give me some analysis. When you build a team to shoot threes, Victor Wembanyama is getting shoved out of the post all the time. Like, he can't really get down on the blocks on Karl Anthony Towns because Karl Anthony Towns is much bigger and stronger and is shoving him out. Who's the other post player you're wanting to set up down on the blocks? What is it you're looking to do?
Who's your mid-range assassin?
Yes.
They don't have that guy.
Like, if you haven't played a triangle offense all year, how are you going to get Jordan loose at the elbow? Okay? Or Kobe on the mid-range game. That's not what they do. And so if they had abandoned what they did and lost, you'd be like, I don't know why these dumbasses didn't keep shooting threes. Yeah. They were red hot. This is the nature of being a three-point shooting team. This is how it works. You're hot and you're cold. Sometimes you're just kind of okay. But if a hot team goes up against a cold team, the cold team gets wrecked. It's what it looks like. We've talked about it. The whole playoffs are like this. This is how it is. It's a volatile game now the way it's played. Again, the Spurs, De'Aaron Fox going to the rim, dumb. Like Wembanyama missing 2 free throws. There are 5, 6, 7 things just in the last 3 minutes that if any one of them, or certainly if any 2 of them occur, the Spurs still win. There was so much more to talk about than the Spurs just kept shooting threes.
Yeah.
And they didn't get to a lot of it. By the way, whoever's celebrating, and Mike Brown deserves a lot of credit for managing the game back in, but Mike Brown was the genius who said, let's jack up a 37-footer trailing by 1. They double team the guy that everybody knows is going to get the ball, and they don't have any action for him to get out. It was, Jalen, you take it, and you have to do it all. And to Brunson's credit, he's such a great player, he got the shot up in time for there to be a rebound. And everyone's like, OJ Anunoby, look how far he came for the putback. Yes, it was great, and I'm glad he did it. You know what else he did? He bought a ticket and watched the double team happen.
Yeah.
Maybe go down Broadway that was wide open, make a cut, and Brunson hits you with a bounce pass, and you lay it in.
Or dunk it.
I mean,
throw one down.
Acting like this was that was one of the most poorly executed end of games ever. And it was bailed out because OJ Anunoby came down the lane. And by the way, the Spurs didn't even cut him off. Yes, because De'Aaron Fox left OJ Anunoby to make sure that we know that Brunson's all they got. We've seen this time and again. We're going to make sure he either forces a bad shot or has to give up the ball. And it worked. It worked. But then Anunoby made a great play. I mean, they're freaking pros.
By the way, that is the greatest in finals. The 2 other teams have blown a 20-point lead in the finals. Lakers blew a 24-point lead against the Celtics in 2008. The Magic blew a 20-point lead against the Rockets in 95, the largest in NBA playoff history. 31. The Warriors blew a 31-point lead against the Clippers in the first round in 2019. They would survive and then go on to lose in the finals. But 31 is the greatest ever. That's the second largest ever.
We're in the top of the 8th. The Royals are trailing 4-2 to the Texas Rangers in a game that was delayed 2 hours because of the sunshine. We'll talk about that with David Lesky next. Yes, let's talk some baseball. David Lesky joins us from his great blog, Inside the Crown. Must read if you are a Royals fan. Also my co-host on our Kaufman Corner podcast, Sundays at 9. We might have a couple extras coming your way here pretty soon. Just be aware of that. David, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Royals trailing 4-2. We'll get some folks trickling over here, I'm sure. But let's talk, first of all, about the Jack Caglione 2-home-run game, driving in a run. Yesterday, OPSing over 900 on his hot streak here. Kyle had the numbers, his first 62 this year versus his first 62 last year. I mean, it's night and day. We're clearly seeing a lot of progress. They put him into the cleanup spot today, 2 for 3 with a couple of singles and a run scored today. Where are we at with Jack Caglione? What do you think he is?
Well, I'll tell you, the one thing that I was... Not the one thing. There were many things I was worried about with him coming into the season. But one of the things was, okay, let's say he starts off hot and then gets cold. What happens? He got cold.
And started off pretty well.
Started off pretty decently.
If you look at the flow.
Yeah. I mean, it was up and down a little bit, but he got cold for a little while. And then over the last couple of weeks, I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but he went from ice cold to, I mean, this is as hot as any hitter has been since Bobby Witt in 24 for the Royals. And that, to me, honestly, is more encouraging than 2 home runs in a game and a 3-hit game. It's that this has come on the heels of struggles. Because that's one. I mean, if you make it to the big leagues, you're talented, generally. I mean, you're talented no matter what. If you make it to the big leagues, you're probably good enough to have a 3-hit game. You're probably good enough to have 2 3-hit games in a row. You might go 6 for. I mean, big league hitter, they're the best of the best. But the true best of the best separate themselves by adjusting after adjustments are made. And obviously, last season was the biggest adjustment he had to make because he'd never failed like that before. But in season, to be able to come back from that, I thought was incredibly impressive. And you know, I think back, the guy I always think about is Mike Aviles. Back in 2009, whenever it was that he came up and he just raked. And everybody, okay, fun story. Oh, he's cold now. He's done. But then he turned it around. And the career wasn't great. And obviously he's a story of a guy who doesn't necessarily he's not necessarily going to make it, didn't make it forever. But that was so impressive to me watching that. And that's the sort of thing I keep an eye out for now. And so that's really big for me. And you could kind of tell with Caglione leading up to these games that he had changed his approach a little bit. He wasn't swinging for the 3-run homer every at bat. He was going up the middle. He was going the other way. You hoped the power would come. I mean, I have to look. I think it's probably closer now. Michael Massey had a higher ISO, which is isolated slugging percentage minus batting average. Kind of shows your extra base hits. Massey had a higher ISO than Caglione. I think Caglione either got caught up or almost caught up or has caught up, but you thought that might come. But it was almost like he had to rebuild himself as a big league hitter. And right now it looks great. You know, we'll see.
Do we owe some credit to Alex Seaboldt and that maybe at least in this, let's just look at what they did with Jack Caglione. It was clear that he set sail this year like, I'm not going to bat $150.
Yeah.
And so we immediately went, where's the power? Like, you're not a 6'5", 255-pound singles hitter. Tony Gwynn, you're not, young man. Like, that's not what you were drafted for. But that this may have been very effective in the sense that he got him going, got him comfortable, and just he's so big and so strong, the power will come. Once he dials in get the bat head, get the barrel of the bat on the ball, the power will happen. Because I thought his second homer on the 2-homer night the other night, that was a mid-swing adjustment. I mean, he had to bring the hands in and come up, and it's just like you're so powerful. Just focus on where it is, and he's coming through, and he's bringing the hands in, and he still gets the bat head out enough, and he's got so much power that it goes over the wall. I mean, that was not your...
It went farther than the first.
It did, yeah, 10 feet farther.
10 feet.
Yeah. It's not your baseball card home run swing. It's not a good... It's not
Ken Griffey.
Yeah, it's not a sweet-looking finish, the way the hands came around and everything, but it just shows that, like, if you can consistently put the barrel on the ball, it will go far.
But, and let me talk about that home run real quick, too. Yes, he made that adjustment, which also tells you that he recognized the pitch. And the biggest question for Jack Caglione is pitch recognition. It's not, can he bounce back from a slump? It's, can he figure out what pitch is coming at him? And he figured it out. He made the adjustment, and he hit the ball over the wall.
And that's one thing you would add to, because you mentioned Zumwalt and his impact, but all three, Matt Quatraro, Vinny Pasquantino, and Caglione on Tuesday night talked about the mental part of it.
Mm-hmm.
He's been a better space. He's not trying to come up and slug 1,000 right away. And that seemed like that was maybe one of the leading things. He's not trying to validate the fact that he was a 6th overall pick in the draft, and he's just doing stuff. But that would be part of it. But that's not pitch recognition. That's not; those things aren't necessarily linked. The fact that he was able to see what it was and adjust is something completely different to me that you add on to it, and that's going to be repeatable.
That's what you get when you're in a good space too.
Yes,
because when you are
maybe there is a link there.
There might be, but maybe when you're thinking about, I'm hitting 153, it's hard to say. I thought that was a fastball with a changeup. Yeah,
I was too busy looking at my batting average on the scoreboard.
Right, because now you're in this space of I'll figure it out. I know I'm going to do well. I know success will come. It might not come on this at bat. You look, the saying of big league hitters, the best are out 70% of the time, is false. It's 60% of the time. But get a hit 70% of the time, or don't get a hit 70% of the time. That's accurate. 300 batting average. There's fewer and fewer of those guys, but that is that's one of those things that the good hitters do, and that means you're going to make an out. You're going to make an out 60% of the time. You're not going to get a hit 70% of the time. You have to understand that the one time you do doesn't put you in the doldrums for the next time and the time after that. And it does allow you the opportunity to adjust mid-pitch, because you're not thinking so hard about, I got out last time and now I'm going to get out this,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I very encouraging. And if he is becoming the kind of bat that you thought he could be when you drafted him 6th, a lot of this starts to look a lot better.
Yeah.
That plus Vinny plus Bobby. I'm not quite as sold on Michael as everybody else is, that like the 800 is who he is.
But are you sold on him as a big leaguer who can contribute to a winning team?
Yes.
So, and I think,
but am I sold on him as he's a guy that should bat 1 through somewhere between 1 and 5? No.
Sure.
Like for a team that's going to go out and have a chance to win a championship? No, I'm not convinced that he's that yet.
That's fair. But
he hit well enough to do it last year. But I'm not convinced that that's who he is every year.
He's a big leaguer on a competitive team.
Yes.
And a starter on a competitive team.
Yes.
Which, to your point about Caglione,
but I would probably feel better if he was starting at second base.
Yeah. Or if you had a guy at second base who could
if Michael Massey would turn into Ryan Sandberg, then I'd feel better about Michael Garcia at third. If you get third base power out of second, then okay.
Yeah.
When A-Rod plays short, you can have you can Chesler Cup or less at third.
If you get 35 home runs between the two positions, do you really care where they come from?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No. And that's but when they're both a question, okay.
Which is
we know his glove isn't.
Right.
Right. We know that. And yes, I know he's a big league hitter. But it was not, no one went, what are these dumbasses doing when he was playing some center?
Right.
So let's be clear. I mean, it was like, okay, well, he's a big leaguer, but it might be utility.
Sure.
And I don't think it's utility. I think it's definitely in the dirt. It's second or third or short. Most valuable would be short. It's one of the reasons why I'll come back to it's okay to trade Michael Garcia.
Yeah.
It's okay to trade Jack Caglione. It's okay to trade Vinny Pasquantino. It's okay to trade Salvador Perez. It's okay to trade Carter Jensen. At some point, this needs to fit.
Yeah. Well, and the thing about Garcia at second, this is going off different direction, but I don't know that he can play second. He's looked terrible there.
Yeah.
Which some guys just can't switch to the other side of the infield. I don't know why.
That's a fair point.
It's tougher, and he's a great third baseman, so you don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust him. 4.63 is probably not happening to him over there.
And even if they end up, Nick Lofton ends up being the guy with 7 home runs that plays second, right? Michael Massey can't stay healthy, and it's time to actually pay him, and so they eject, and Nick Lofton's at second base. That's fine if Carter Jensen's the hitter we think he can be, Caglione's the hitter we think he can be, Vinny's the hitter we think he can be, Bobby's the hitter he is. Then all that still works. Right? Yeah. I mean, it doesn't, it can come from non-traditional positions, but you need 5 guys that make it a bitch to get through 1 through 5.
But you need 5. You're right. You need 5 guys. You also need a second legitimate, star bat. And last year they had a legitimate. This
was Vinny.
It was 32 homers, 100 whatever RBIs. So not all of it was a star, but he was able to hit for star power.
Mm-hmm.
If Bobby Witt Jr. has a sidekick, and whoever, it doesn't matter who it is. It can be Caglione, it can be Michael Massey if he's not going to, but like if he figured it out, great, whatever. He needed another guy. He needed somebody else that he's not the only star in the lineup that you game plan for. And last year you had to game plan for Pasquantino and Salvi to some extent. This year, right now, and that's changing probably every day with how Caglione's hitting, you have to game plan for Bobby Witt Jr. And that's it. There is nobody else in this lineup that you say, I can't let this guy beat me. You need a second guy that you can't let beat you. And maybe they have that.
David Lesky is with us here on the program. Inside the Crown, his great blog. We'll talk some more Royals. We'll talk a little bit about base running. We'll talk about the bullpen meltdown yesterday. We'll do it next with David Lesky here on the program.
All right, the La Feta Delicatessen into the hour answer. Joe Montana, 70 today. He's looked 70 for a while. Who caught the last pass?
How about Joe Montana catching strays? Huh?
Wow.
I remember seeing like 10 years ago, there's pictures of him next to Monica. I was like, wow, it's like
Joe Montana
like
turning 70 today. He's looked 80 for 10 years.
True.
Shockingly, Joe Montana's still alive, celebrating a birthday.
He's still alive.
The fossilized remains of Joe Montana are 70 today.
He'll be upstairs. Who caught the last pass he threw in the NFL?
Is there a hook to Kansas City, or is there something?
Was it 94?
He was a Chief. Yep.
So
94.
That's right. That's right. He was. Yeah.
Gotta be like J.J. Burden or Willie Davis. Or...
Yeah, somewhere in that line.
Willie Davis.
Oh.
Willie Davis. Was someone
on
had
the
to catch
final
it.
drive
Who was
of
the
his
tight
NFL
end on
career.
that team?
Jonathan Hayes?
No.
He was one of them.
He was.
Alfredo Roberts?
I don't know.
Keith Cash?
I was thinking, no, it's somebody else I'm thinking of. Oh, that's going to bug me. I got to look it up.
Oh, hang on.
Find that.
Alfredo Roberts.
Chief.
Alfred
Derek
Panu,
Walker.
Derek Walker. The great Derek Walker. University of Miami, right?
He had one of the biggest of the player signs in the end zone, remember? They had all those.
Oh, their charitable signs and everything. Yeah.
Those are fun.
Walkers. You know,
Yeah,
always
he's
try
giving away walkers.
alliteration. You know.
Some of them better at it than others.
La Feta Italian Delicatessen. You can get you some La Feta tonight. Be great. Grab some La Feta sandwiches and sit back and watch some World Cup soccer, some hockey playoffs. Remember, they cater. Give them 24 to 48 hours. They're on the southeast corner of 143rd and Metcalf, voted the #2 new restaurant in Kansas City, coming soon to Corinth. I haven't heard about Corinth yet. When does Corinth open?
I don't know.
Bracco, tell us, when does Corinth open? We need to know. Jeff Passan wants to know. That's his home. That'll be his home. La Feta, for sure. We're talking right now to David Lesky from Inside the Crown. What do we make of the... am I the only one that's upset with getting thrown out at second base, stealing? Am I the only one that's... If you have a guy on your team, Tyler Tolbert, that's there to be the designated runner, then he can't be out.
Yeah, I mean, he's 26 for 30 on steals in his career.
One of those fours.
One of those four was last night.
It's only 5 for 7 this year.
By the absolute dumbest replay rule ever. I still hate. I mean, I know it's a rule. It is what it is. But come on, that is the dumbest rule.
What?
You come off the base by
don't come off the base.
436th of an inch. I'm not.
Wrong.
No.
I think it's a bad rule. I'm not arguing it is the rule.
No. How could it be a bad rule?
I think
you're supposed to be on the base. Oh, but there are times that you
to spend 9.5 minutes looking at that and say, you know what? I think there's a fiber of his pants that's off the base.
That's totally different. You have your amount of time. Like it used to be, the replay thing was we're going to look at it, and at this time it shuts down. And if you don't have anything to overturn it, the call on the field stands. I got your back 1,000,000% on that.
That's what I'm talking.
If you got to look at it 5,000 times,
if it's that close,
then go with what's on the field and let's move along.
If it's that close, we're not. That's ridiculous.
We discussed this a little bit last year, and I came up with what I thought was a reasonable thing. If your body stays over the top of the base, you beat the throw, and you're still over the center of the base, you're safe. You're out if you slide past it, if you go past it. But if you're over the upward beam of the base,
that's the best.
You've beaten it.
That's the best solution I've heard to try to marry the old approach to the new. But how about just touch the base?
I'm not going to argue about
the
that.
ball, when you shoot and it goes all the way down and more than half the basketball goes through, that should count. No, it has to go through the rim. You have to touch the base.
I don't have a problem with, look, if you come off the base, whatever, you came off the base. If it's that close, that replay took over 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, but that's a replay thing to me. That's not like in the rule.
If you want,
Kurtis doesn't like the rule.
But that replay comes from the rule.
Right.
Well, the rule is the rule is different.
That is solved if you just don't review it for 10 minutes.
Well,
just like we can't. It's not clear.
Yeah,
we're moving on. So that's all. But to me, and I'm fine with that. But if you come off the base in any way, shape, or form, adjust your slide. And that's my point on Tyler Tolbert. Because he knows.
He knows that's how they do it. 3 of his 4 steals are oversides.
He can't. That can't happen.
Caught stealings.
You're a designated runner. Yeah. And then when he comes up in the ninth, Ryan Lefebvre, listen, he didn't say it because he's always loyal to the team and everything, but he's like, the one thing you can't have here is a double play. He doesn't say that unless he's going, I'm terrified, and I actually think he's going to hit into a double play, which he did.
Which is crazy because the guy, and now Tolbert is not as fast as you think he is. I've said this before. The sprint speed is lower than you think. He's still fast, but
he's not Terrence Gore.
Yeah. He's not Terrence Gore. He's not
he's fast
Bobby
because
Witt.
he doesn't do much else offensively,
right.
so he must be
You
fast.
assume he has to be fast if he's
exactly.
But
yeah.
I do think the odds were against him hitting into a double play, but he still did it.
But let's also review the fact that they bring him out there, like you can just put him out there for the speed, but they send him because they still think they're going to pitch to Bobby if he's standing on second base, which does speak to the fact that Bobby is, in their mind, viewed by the opposition as a guy you can get out, which he struck out, which I did point out that it's a little bit different than a guy standing on first and knowing that I can try to make him chase. You've got your full arsenal, and if not, okay, we're back where we were. Yes, you don't want Bobby on there because Bobby can steal too.
He expands his zone when he's trying to hit an extra base hit, probably.
But if you've got a fast runner on first, maybe you do lighten up and go more for contact. And now he's thinking, I got to go home run. And so he gets easier to strike out when the base runner comes off. So I understand what they did. There's nothing wrong with trying to do it, but you must have a player that is safe.
He has to be better at that.
He has to be better at that.
Because you think about like Dairon Blanco, 2 years ago? He was always safe.
Yeah.
I mean, he got thrown out a couple times, so I say that, and I'm sure we were annoyed at
And
those
to your
moments.
point, he is pretty good at it. If he goes 5 for 5 in those situations, you're not going to hear me say anything. And this is a little bit of me just being pissed last night and bringing it up because I'm like, come on.
But the other thing too about Terrence,
But how hard is it to find a fast guy?
The other thing about Tyler Tolbert, I called him Terrence Gore, which that's an insult to Terrence Gore. Every stolen base attempt is a big situation for him. He's never stealing in the top of the third.
Yeah.
Right. And so you notice every single one because they're all clutch steals. I mean, I'm sure there is. I'm sure we look back last year, he played late in the season. He probably did attempt to steal in the fourth or whatever, but mostly they're big situations.
What has happened? Do they all play football? Do they all play soccer? Like, what has happened to having a guy who's fast who can also hit? How come all the fastest guys are guys like, at best, they're Gerard Dyson?
Yeah.
Like, there was a time that Willie Wilson could hit.
He did a little bit.
Marquise Grissom could hit. Tim Raines could hit.
Maybe Tyler Tolbert could hit with some turf.
Vince Coleman could hit.
Beat that ball into the turf and run and beat it to first.
I mean, like, now it's like, oh, no, he's fast. Well, he can't hit over a buck. Like, what the hell happened?
There is a guy on the Royals. What's his name?
Kid down the minors?
Bobby Witt Jr.
Yeah. Well, yes.
He can run in it.
Yes, you are. Yes. But I mean, like, there were.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
There was a little more plentiful.
Yeah.
And it's never been.
Or even Dairon Blanco a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Could hit a little bit.
All right. Well, frustrating times.
Yep.
Frustrating times to say the least. Is
Not
it
a
over,
deal.
by the way?
4-2
It's
final.
over. 4-2 final. Royals lose.
Last place.
You know, we got excited. You got hot. You got bothered.
Rough 24 hours.
And that's it. Now you're going home.
You got kicked out.
Get on the couch.
Yep.
Okay? That's where it feels right now.